can be kind of... Welcome back from our little break there from Call of Duty Academy. We saw the Academy team, first time on stream, picked up the win over the former NJ champions in the Gojiko Samsons, I believe the team was. So now we're going to transition NECC and VALORANT. We have seen this team in action the last couple weeks. They've had some mixed results. They've had some really, really good games. Dropped the game to Fisher a couple weeks ago, but the team back and ready to go on, and we are excited to get into it soon enough.
Yeah, and we've got your Saints starting roster for varsity tonight. We are going to be seeing Scrubby, 4-tapping, Mzuwu, Jello, and Caillou. So, you know, I think we've seen this exact 5 start a few weeks ago, and they are going to be starting on Haven here on attack. And they are going to be coming up tonight against the University of Waterloo Grass Eaters is what I've been told their name is called. Love the name, by the way.
Awesome.
If any of you guys are watching, I think that's a great one. But we should be getting into this in just a sec. We've got everyone coming into the lobby here and getting ready. But coming in, yeah, we are just waiting on one person. So
Solo person.
But yeah, coming in should be a good game. I think we saw them. We saw VALORANT, like you said. You know, they took that loss to Fisher College, which... you know, definitely hurts, but I believe they did take a win last week.
Yeah.
So they are going to be coming in this one.
I think they played University of Toronto, Mississauga last week. I think they won. I think it was a 2-1 actually, so it was a pretty close series. Yeah, but I think they did walk away. I think they're either 1-1 on this season right now, or maybe 2-1. So I believe it's week 4. So a couple games under their belt. The roster we have seen before, and as you mentioned, going to see Haven. We're going to see Pearl map 2, and Pearl we have not seen yet in Collegiate, and this time I believe the rework is actually in the game. So Riot, they made not a full rework. They added, how they did with Icebox, and I believe one of the other maps. They changed some cover spots. They opened up a couple angles, maybe try to like make the map a little more spacious in areas. But we are going to go on to Haven for map 1. So very, very shortly, we'll get into there, and we will get into Agent Select. Yeah,
Agent Select going to come in, and this is also where we can show you guys the University of Waterloo roster that's going to be coming in here. We got Smoothies, we got Toff, shout out to Toff, great name there as well. Havex, Light, and Shrug there at the bottom. And wow, quick lock-ins from the Saints. Love to see it. You know, they know their comp for the Haven map, and it's just going to be Jello hovering that breach at the end. Meanwhile, from the other side, no duelists even hovered yet.
Honestly, we've been seeing a lot of no duelist comps the last maybe month or so in VALORANT. The way Fade, the way some of these characters give you so much utility, you honestly don't really need a duelist. It doesn't give you the most value. Like, yes, well, having paint shells and the rocket launcher, will things potentially help you find frags? Yes, but playing a map like Haven with these 3 sites, you're really playing a lot of map control, trying to cut off rotations, trying to cut off these back angles, whether it's C long, pushing up to B mid, things like that. So running the Fade, the Sage, gives you a couple layers of utility. Omen's going to be that smoker to keep things at bay. And then, obviously, Chamber, pretty much a crutch pick on everything, but we are going to see a Cypher lock-in. So Cypher has been getting overshadowed for a very, very long time, and sometimes for good reason. His kit is versatile. You get a lot of info, but we haven't seen that much Cypher in both Pro Play or Collegiate.
Yeah, we see the absolute stack of Brimstone saluting from the side of the Saints here as we load in.
07.
Yeah, salute him up. We played in the beta, guys. So as we're going to be loading up into this game, yeah, interesting to see that, yeah, the Saints are opting for that no duelist comp with Scrubby on that Chamber. You know, Chamber, as much as he's a Sentinel, we all know he's a duelist. Let's be honest with ourselves here. But yeah, Scrubby will be acting as that main fragger, that duelist from this side. But keep an eye on the scoreboard here, because we know Jello is very, very often that player who comes in and gets those trades off of the initial entry. And it's interesting to see Ems on Sage.
Yeah, Ems, we know, I think he's typically fills in the duelist role, but he did bust out the Sage last week and potentially the week before. So this is a guy who's maybe going to play that battle stage, try to get those early frags, toss in those slows, try to create that space. But this is the good thing about having versatility and having a deep agent pool. You can pick where you want, you can adjust each map that's being played, and we are under map 1 immediately. Breach utility going to get traded out.
Yeah, giant fault line there. It's actually going to hit 3 of the Saints, but they're still going to push on in through this garage here. Cypher and Breach from Waterloo set up on this site. Scrubby just walks straight in. I think he was spotted out for just a second there, so he's opting to TP out. But he gets a lot of info, and Caillou with 2 on the Frenzy. That's how potent the Frenzy is in these pistol rounds. But Toff clearing it out with 2 of their own now. And it's Ems in a 1v2 after Havex grabs a kill with themselves on the Sheriff as well.
Yeah, Ems does get the heal off, so going to be topped off back to 100. Not a lot of HP for the side of, who are we playing at? Waterloo. Jeez, already forgot almost. Side of Waterloo got about 85, 90 HP total, so one jumping right click can change the world here. Sheriff shot is going to land, I believe, actually not going to go through, but the ghost headshot will come through for Toph, finding his third of the round, and just like that, Waterloo will take pistol.
Yeah, big setup there from the Cypher on C. You saw how much that cage kind of stifled that initial entry that Scrubby tried to get in, as well as the Fade utility coming in from Light. It really shut that down, forcing the TP out, and even with Kayu's initial picks there, Toph with the double kill was able to find that. And now Shrug on the breach here. You see the judge.
Probably
about to be locked in.
I would suspect he's going to play Garage with it, or maybe try to get up on that short corner and A behind that box that literally nobody still checks 2 years later. So going to try to play that short angle. Fault line is going to come through. They're going to get a little fallback for tapping. Oh, wow. Looking to get some B control here. The Haunt is going to reveal. Shrug going to lead in with the flash there. Going to send in double kill with the judge. Paying dividends, finds a third. The Saints have had nightmares about the judge in the past. Is it rearing its ugly head once more? It would appear so. And just like that, down to a 5v2.
Yeah, that judge. We pointed it out right at the starting of the round, and the second I saw him in that smoke, I knew something was not going to go well for one of these teams, and Shrug comes in with a triple kill on that judge. And now you can just play this crossfire with Havex there.
Teleport's ready.
You know, you're forcing the Saints to have to push in. That bomb is straight there, sitting in the middle, down B. Saints going to have to rotate out here.
I would say save, but there's nothing to save. So the Saints, even though the bomb not in a great spot, they're going to have to try to find these picks. But even having a chamber on your side in a 2v4, it's not going to be looking good as far as your chances go. Scrubby going to try to clear all these corners. Only 2 headhunter shots left to play with. Caillou also going to be on this Sheriff, but ultimately, as we said, 4v2, no space being taken just yet. Pretty much chalk out of utility. It's going to come down to hopefully getting 3 to 4 1-taps.
That's the thing. Just about every angle being held here. Havex not looking, though. Caillou's now in behind. Gets one on Havex, the second. Smoothies with a kill at the exact same time onto Scrubby. So it's now Caillou on this Fade in the 1v2. Plant is going to come down, but Light coming around with the pinch. Going to come around on Caillou right after the plant there. And finish that off for the Grass Eaters, not the Warriors, for the Grass Eaters. And they are going to be able to find the second round there. The advanced round that, you know, rightfully so, after you find 3 kills with that judge right at the starting. You know, I'm expecting you to win that round, but Caillou tried to change that themselves.
Yeah, and the only problem with the Saints not really getting too many frags as far as spreading out the wealth is that you're not going to get that full armor, full AR buy that you really want to get in the bonus round to try to get that extra money in your pocket. So, going to be not a mixed buy. They're going to go 5 rifles. Going to be Jello on that lone Phantom in the side of Waterloo. Going to bust out the Battle Slinger there. We've seen some pretty insane results as far as the last 2 months go with that gun. They're going to see a couple rifles. That judge still going to be in the hands of Shrug. So, they're not going to really put too much into this buy. They're going to trust what they've built themselves so far. They're going to wait for the Saints to try to make a play here.
4 tapping. First smoke going to drop on site there. Over towards A lane. Saints off to rotate out of grass here. Grab that spike back up before tapping. And the rest of the Grass Eaters have situated themselves around this C side. Now, see if there's actually 3 over towards C here, so a rotation from the Saints could be very, very valuable right now. Should it come out in a timely manner? Looks like they're going to be heading over towards Garden. Scrubby takes that orb for free as well, no utility needed.
Yeah, try to get that Tour de Force online, and I thought it would maybe be a B push, but I definitely love they're going to go with A. Going to send the Prowler through sewers, make sure no one's lurking in the corners. Now the Nightfall is going to come through. They're going to try to get some value. Smoothie's going to try to TP out of there. It's going to get marked up, so they are going to take site control. Not fully yet, actually. They are going to get control here. They're going to have to pre-fire these smokes. They will get the plant down, and now we're going to see our first post-plant of the day.
Yeah, and Ems getting this wall set up here. Havex now set up in the window, trying to get this retake started. Slowly clearing out some of these angles. Cleared out that initial A long there, but now Havex with the wall bang taking down 4 tapping, leaving the Saints 1 player down. Oh, wow. Look at those flames coming through. Smoothies, Light, and Toph just absolutely clearing out the site. Scrubby, you can't clear
Poor
him
guy.
out if you can't see him.
Poor guy did not know what hit him there. Got a bag put on his head, and he was just firing wildly trying to figure it out there. But yet again, Waterloo gonna take that third round. They're gonna recover full rifles, I believe, out of this as well. So unless Shrug wants to stay on that hero judge, I believe he should have got a Vandal for his trouble. They actually did find a couple Vandals. A couple members did die there, so gonna get as much as they could out of there. 4 Vandals, gonna be heavy armor as well. And yet again, the Saints, investing everything they had into that round, are now gonna be forced back onto Sheriffs in a very mixed armor buy. So yet again, not looking great.
Yeah, and one thing I forgot to mention earlier, the Saints actually have played the Grass Eaters about what was told a few weeks ago in a Red Bull qualifier event, and they did lose that one game. They have played them before, so now that they're coming into this best of 3, already 3 rounds down, you know, maybe those adjustments haven't been made to counter some of the strategies here from the Grass Eaters.
And the Prowler gonna get tagged up by the Cypher tripwire there, so I'm not even sure if I realized that was the thing. I guess anything that walks through gets tagged, so I guess kind of nice to the side of Waterloo to kind of, you know, negate the fade utility there a little bit, but IU was gonna find that Sheriff kill in the meantime. They still have that Tour de Force active for Scrubby as well, so they're gonna try to find some way to open him up, try to get that second pick, and then once they get that 5v3, I suspect they will try to flood this site like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, they're setting up for it. Got 2 players set up down short now. Jello coming in to meet 4-tapping there at long. And it's Scrubby on that flanking chamber. But he's still pretty close behind the rest of his team. He was just covering that flank. As the trip is set up towards that seaside. Light finds the first pick now. The bomb is going to be planted. Caillou with the deagle in the smoke. Not able to find Toph on the spam. Toph with a headshot onto Caillou. Now it's 3v3. The Fade ults come out. Scrubby also found that.
Collateral with the Sheriff 4-tapping. Only needs 1 shot to find 2. That is a massive thrifty, and I'm not even sure. I cannot remember the last time I've seen a Sheriff collateral. Honestly, I'm sure it's happened, but it has been months at least since I have seen that. Man, that's what the doctor ordered for the Saints. You needed that one so badly, and getting the Fade Nightfall out of there, getting that utility burned, losing your breach early in the round as well. What a way to, I would say, mount a comeback before tapping. Just listen, one bullet, 2 heads, all she wrote for that one.
Yeah, exactly. Only 2 bullets needed. You don't need to.
Hey.
4-tapping? No, you only need 2.
Exactly, it changed his name. Smoothie's gonna send that early paranoid. Scrubby gonna get first blood. Actually gonna find 2 there. So the side of Waterloo, I think they're on a mixed buy or a half buy. So kind of running out there, trying to find those engagements. But honestly, challenging Chamber C-Long on Haven is one of the toughest challenges in the entire game to take. So credit to them for trying. The Saints completely wash them out on that C site, and they're going to take yet another round in very dominating fashion. That was quick.
Yeah, not to mention Jello, clearing out the rest of those Grass Eaters on the site there with that breach utility. It's going to come out perfectly. The breach just... Jello's walking up behind Ems or 4-tapping or whichever teammate finds himself with, and just setting them up for victory here in these past few rounds. And now the lead is going to be even up, close to even up from the Saints. 1 round in the Grass Eaters' favor.
Cover going out.
I think this is going to be a pretty big round, though. We're seeing full buy, full rifles from both sides. So they're going to want to try to make sure this chamber is off the way. Shots are going to go through. A couple of trades coming through. Going to get knocked down to 76 in Scrubby. So Toph actually going to get tagged as well. So a couple of trades back and forth with that dark cover, but nothing too bad as of late. Cypher Cam is going to be set up there as well. So I'm curious to see if the Saints try to bait on some utility C-Long. This is such a tough spot to push. Once you run out of that smoke, you're really relying on that second and third wave to back corner and to clear garage. And if anything is just a little bit off, it could result in a very, very bad result. So maybe we're going to see the push, or I think they're probably going to send that cover and go for a rotation here, I would think.
Yeah. All still pretty well set up around C-Long here. There's the rotation starting to come out. They have to take this slow. They've got no intel on the rest of these Grass Eaters here, and we do see that breach and the raise pushed up very far
Breach
down
is in that god spot too.
Yeah.
Nope. We'll see if the Saints check that corner, or he's not quite in that spot. He's playing sewer, but anyone playing behind that box. Ooh. This is always one of the most dangerous spots to push on Haven. You have to make sure you clear every
30
corner.
seconds left.
Gonna put that with the rendezvous out there, trying to get some info maybe. Gonna pull it back. Caillou gonna send the Haunt out there. A lot of util coming through. The Saints are gonna make a B push here. Gonna send the Haunt as well, and the Prowlers. Cypher lineup is gonna be there. Ems is gonna wall off the middle there. They should be able to get the plant down. Actually gonna get dropped. Spooties is gonna die. Plant not quite coming through. I think he got stopped actually. kills are going to come through. Only 8 seconds left, and Light's found too.
Yeah, Spike is now down, and the time's ticking, and 4 seconds there. No more time to plant the Spike. They've got to try and clear out the rest of these Grass Eaters, but the round is going to go to Waterloo here. 4-2 now. No one's going to die at the end.
No guns being lost. Everyone keeping away with their weapons there. And the only silver lining for the Saints is that you got Waterloo off of their bye a little bit. I would say more than a little bit. At least they're going to have some decent armor across the board. But the Saints going to have 5 rifles, full armor. And look at the money of Scrubby. This guy's hoarding all the money in the world. It's got over 7K. Is going to buy for a teammate, I believe, there. Just the buy came through there. So still decent eco for the side of the Saints. If they're able to take out Waterloo this round, they're going to be down something fierce in that eco.
Oh, yeah. Alt line comes out immediately, hitting Scrubby down the middle there. He's just trying to place a script.
Yeah, man, he's just trying to put the TP up. Come on, man. Poor Chambermains. Chambermains have it rough.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Chambermains have it rough. Say that all you want, I won't believe you. Or tapping. Creeping up into Cubby here.
There.
Long.
Ooh.
Is that Cypher? Don't think they split him out just yet, but Havex and this breach once again. Rugg and Havex pushing deep into the Saints spawn here.
And really good idea to not shoot that chamber util either. Fault line, the breach ulti does come through. Scrubby gonna find the kill. Omen gonna be out of the fight now. M's gonna try to put this wall up, possibly get plant down. Cypher trip does get popped, so Waterloo, they're gonna have the info, but do they have the time to stop the plant? Havex on the money flank, though, gonna find 2. Showstopper as well, back to the corner from way downtown. Havex gonna find the Showstopper. Jello is gonna find 2. Now into a 2v1, all on Jello. He gets dropped off, and now it'll be 5 for Waterloo.
Yeah, no audio from that Fatal. Couldn't even tell that he was getting shot from the left side there by Light. And now it's Waterloo taking it 5-2 in dominant fashion here. I mean, Havex coming in with 3 there. Absolutely clutch for the Grass Eaters, making them win that round easily in the post play.
And that's when I said not shooting that chamber utility is a galactic brain size move. He's able to walk back all the way to C-Long. They assumed that chamber utility was going to either draw it, like they're going to try to destroy it, or it's going to trigger and they're going to get some info. They get nothing out of it. Havex walks right up behind him, gun to the back of the head, pulls the trigger, finds the 2, and now, pretty big round for both sides. The Saints luckily had some eco to fall back on, but now, both these teams pretty even as far as money goes, decently across the board, so this is going to be a big one to see how the next half of this game shakes out.
Yeah, fault line coming out quickly. Havex gonna fall, but the paint grenade actually trades out Scrubby there.
There's the res.
From the grave. The paint shell's gonna work, and at least it forces out that res if you're the Grass Eaters.
The only good thing is we've seen so many times where that Sage res gets literally 0 value because it's used like mid-fight. Look at Light, just nasty one-tap. Wallbang gonna find another. Ems gets a couple trades, but not gonna go the Saints' way. Now Ems into a 2v1. He's got a slow in his pocket. He's got the heal up in 15. He does have the wall, but playing against a Cypher and an Omen, these 2 are gonna lock down the site. They're actually gonna try to force up. If Ems can get the value on Cypher here, Toph gonna play that one absolutely perfect. Gets the shutdown in window, and now Waterloo on to 6.
This Waterloo team so good with the positioning and the timing.
Yeah.
Every single time one of these initial 1-2 picks comes out, it's always the Saints looking the complete opposite way.
Yeah.
Like, they're not even ready for some of these rotations that Waterloo is on. So playing super unpredictably here. Like, no one's ready for Shrug to peek that and just absolutely dome Jello there.
Yeah, and then especially at the end there, even though it's a 2v1, typically Cypher and Omen aren't going to go kill searching in the backside spawn there, but they're confident in their ability. They thought they had the info they needed. They go for it. Now Caillou has a full kit, does have that Nightfall online if they want to use it. Going to be the Cypher ultimate, get that info on all the locations of the enemies from the side of the Saints. Nightfall is going to get invested. Prowler and the Haunt are going to get used up, I suspect, as well. So they're going to have to clear out Heaven here. They're possibly going to look for a plant. Cypher Cam and Tripwire. Great info. Going to find some damage as well. Scrubby is going to find the kill, though. So the Saints may be opening up the site here. They should be able to get the plant. I'm scared to hold back breath when I say it, but plant will come through. And now 5v4 post plant.
Spike out, down. Caillou on site, trying to fight it out. 3 kills coming out back to back to back from Waterloo. M's gonna trade one back as well as Jello, but Havex to clean out M's in the end. and it's going to be 2 players left alive from Waterloo as they take that round. Now 7-2 in this defending half on Haven.
And this is more of what I expected. I mean, Haven defense, I feel like, I said it last week as well, Haven defense used to be like the toughest thing to play in the entire game, and now it feels like teams are kind of figuring out the meta, kind of figuring out the adjustments they need to make. And they just seem to have that edge or figure out, you know, this is how we want to counterattack this. And part of it, honestly, a huge part of it is the emergence of Fade as a character. And I've been playing a lot of her myself, and you just get so much utility. You get 4 or 5 layers of util. You get the Haunt and the Prowler on respawn as well. It's just so much to deal with sometimes. Yeah. And ultimately, Waterloo, though, they're finding those flanks and they're getting those picks, which is opening up everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the flanks are like the key here. I think we've seen probably 3 rounds that, you know, at the post plant looked like they should have been going Saints' way.
A lot.
And until Havex and or what was the other one? Who's their breach player? I'm blanking on the name. Shrug there comes in and just finds some pick, whether it's 1 player or 4 players.
With the judge.
Yeah, with the judge, right? Yeah, coming in, finding these picks and, you know, just absolutely breaking apart Saints' chemistry.
Yep.
Any kind of execution they're trying to get down just falls apart when you lose 2 players like that.
Yeah, I don't think the Saints are even playing necessarily a bad half, but Waterloo just, they seem like they're there for all of the outplays they want. They're just finding ways to get this done left and right here, but they are making it work here, and they are getting it done. And so far, now the Saints fighting from a rather large uphill battle right now. They're going to try to deal with this. Waterloo, though, going to have a very, very nice buy. The Saints, Scrubby, going to be on that tour de force, though, trying to get the equalizer.
You want to play? Let's play.
4 tapping, going to be teleporting over to the other side. Possibly trying to get an unexpected angle here. Now taking control of that. 2 for 1 now for the Grass Eaters. After some fights come out there at mid.
Yeah, Fade, a lot of ultimates online for Waterloo. I don't suspect they'll need to invest, but the Saints, they're going to be feeling pretty rough after this one if they drop this round as easily as it is. Not getting that tour de force value they really look for. Look at, he knows the cycle cam's there. Going to get the camera taken out. Off does have his ulti online. Going to pop that cage up, and that'll be enough for the Saints to realize C is not the play. And I guess this is a good thing with the Cypher pick. C Haven, I think, might be one of his better sites in the entire game. We used to see Cypher on Haven religiously in previous metas, so maybe he's making his way back into the fold now, and it looks like they're getting a lot of value out of it, and the Saints are going to play for this long A rotate.
They're playing for this long rotate, but Light set up to find whoever going to try an entry in on that site, and there it is. Set up to find Caillou coming out of short. The kill is going to come through as 4 tapping.
30 seconds
using
left.
that flash and that smoke to get into sight. Scrubby. 4 bullets left on this tour de force now.
Perfect paranoia, and yeah, they're just trying to find any value right now. Little flick by Shrug. 4 tapping, gonna knock down 2, very winnable. He does find the 3rd, gets shut down for the 4th. Toph once again gonna shut that one down. 4 tapping, tried his hardest. Unluckily, though, not going to go his way, and Waterloo, yet again, continues this run.
Yeah, runs out of ammo there as 4 tapping tries to get that spray transfer onto Toph, and Toph is there to clean it up. Now 8-2 for you, Waterloo.
Oh, this is a nice
They're
one.
looking to make this 10-2 by the end of the half.
Yeah, and usually a rule of thumb for me is if a team's double digits at halftime, I'd love to see the win percentage of like every Valorant game ever played. I bet you it's in the high 90s, the mid 90s. So like you need some Goliath level throw or some heroic like all-time stuff to come back. Great paint shells, gonna force him into the corner, and Havex gonna find that kill. So these early paint shells have found so much value, and Waterloo just massacring St. Clair where they stand before they can even get any penetration. Haunt comes through, and just like that, blink and you'll miss it. Waterloo on to 9.
Yeah, what just happened? Havex with 3. I think Shrug found 2 there, and that is going to be the end of the round. Now 9-2. Saints on also just an absolutely scuffed by. There ain't no other way to put it. They're going to have to try and take this 9-3. I mean, you try to 9-3 curse them. Could happen. Something could give here from Waterloo. But right now on Haven, just does not look like it's happening.
I'm going to give you a little insight. I'm going to predict Waterloo, look at those ultimates. They're going to win this round if they play safe.
Yeah, one member of Waterloo also just ended that by with a judge instead of a rifle.
Think of how good the ultis they have are too. Cypher tells you where everybody is. Fade completely shuts down a site. Raze flies over top through the skies with a showstopper, and then Breach. Like, they have sight clearing utility. They have the kills. Breach ulti is going to get used for St. Clair. Cypher cages come up. Paranoid going to hit Ems. Bomb still not planted. Cypher going to get a tag on the cam as well. Going to go battle Cypher. Find one kill. Find the second as well. Scrubby going to finally shut it down, but the Saints yet again get completely wiped off the map, and Waterloo double digits on defense on the first half in Haven.
Yeah, I don't want to say it, but I mean, this pistol round...
It's crucial.
Yeah,
no, it
is.
You can say it, yeah.
It's so crucial. Waterloo finds this pistol round on attack. You're essentially given the second round for free. I mean, obviously, we see times where people have to force it out, and you know, they win that advance round even though they lost the pistol.
Yeah.
But in the end, pistol round, you know, you take it as taking 2 rounds for yourself.
Yeah, at this point, it's every single round. And that's the thing for the Saints. Normally, you'd be okay to maybe trade 1-for-1 rounds. You do that, you're losing 13-5, which still isn't that great on the score sheet as well. So they have to find some way to find these picks. And honestly, I think it comes down to maybe just winning and losing gunfights. I know that seems kind of basic and a bare bones explanation, but they've had a decent wave of utility, have the Saints. But honestly, I'll say it again, that Cypher has been like absolutely shut down. You can see it's like nullifying any push the Saints might want to make in Ems. Pick up with this Battle Sager. Maybe you're going to try to find an angle, but Havex, other side of the box. Mzu comes away with the win.
First pick is big here on pistol. That wall denying the info that Ems is going to cross there, and you're able to just hold that angle and now find the kill for Ems. As 3 players from Waterloo. Looks like they're actually coming back towards this garden area. Might just be thinking about fighting it. Oh, that should reveal 2 at least. Is going to grab those 2 that were sitting outside a garden. That's a lot of info for the Saints to have. Top finding a kill otherwise on the map. And here it is, Waterloo converting the round into an advantage for them. But Caillou with that classic absolute menace on the headshots. 4-tapping, finding one for himself as well. And it's Top in a 1v3. Taps to the head. Jello taking a lot of damage. 28 health on Top. Camera available as well. Someone's got to pull out that dart.
Only problem is he's got 28 HP, so while he wants to take those taps and risk it, 1 bullet will sit him down for good. The Haunt going to come through, try to get some value. Toph still kicking here, still going to walk through the dark cover. Actually is going to find the kill, but Caillou going to find his third, and that was almost very bad timing for the Saints. Caillou had the Haunt in his hand, balled up, ready to toss it, grab the info. 3 members cross his face, and luckily able to get the shutdown. And the Saints had to have that round, and Caillou now going to pick up the judge, and we're going to see 4 Spectres. So I'd be curious to see if the judge sticks. I think on defense Haven, there's definitely a lot more places to play with it. You go sewers, behind the box between that A rotation. You can maybe even play close up on B garage somewhere if you're really feeling spicy, but going to be a mixed buy, and looks like it'll be not even an armor investment from Waterloo. They realize how big their lead is. They're just going to save as much money till they get a really good buy.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really have to force anything here. You've got so many rounds to work with before you even have to be concerned about being at a deficit here. 2 from Ems and the opening one from Caillou. That is going to be 3 kills up from the Saints with Havex at such little health here. There it is, the flawless on the advance round from the Saints. They're able to find 2 on defense here.
Yeah, and it might seem like redundant, but that's a round you should have had, and luckily they did. Thankfully, they have it in flawless fashion, so... And I'm not even sure any of the Saints actually took any damage, so you might actually get to keep your full armor buy without having to reinvest, switch to the light armor, spend that extra 500 credits, so... Excellent job there to shut things down, and now Light, only one going to be on that half armor. Everybody else, Vandals, actually going to be all 5-stack Vandal, and the Saints... 5 Spectres. Nice even line of weapons there for both sides. All Spectres full for the Saints and all Vandals pretty much full for the side of Waterloo. And this is going to be a massive round for the Saints.
The thing is, depending on the angles you take on the defending side here, the Spectres, not at the worst, the craziest disadvantage you'd think, especially with an extra full armor player with full armor there. Obviously, full armor doesn't do much against the Vandal headshot, but on these close fights, the Spectre could really come in valuable
or
here.
Or the long-range ones.
Yeah, or the long-range ones. 1 for 1 there. Shrug just a little too late on the trade. not able to save his teammate there.
They do get the plant down at least, so A site is controlled by Waterloo. They do get plant. St. Clair still has breach, and they still have fade. As far as taking back a site, you could not ask for a better duo of utility to still throw here. We're going to send the bolt line, get a little info. Slow is going to go down, backside towards Cellar. M's going to drop down, is going to clear out Hell. Light going to find the trade on 4 tapping. Now 3v3. Caillou going to get some work in. Now down to a 2v2. Caillou going to find yet another, going to weapon swap. Now Toph versus Caillou. 1v1 Toph. Sitting back, trying to play the fake. Caillou is going to be diffused. He's going to fake the half. Still on camera. Toph going to make a great play, but Caillou going to show him one more, find his third of the round, and that was getting very close. The Saints are just going to squeak that defuse. 2.8 seconds left.
And now this is a very
now
good
it gets
spot.
interesting.
This is a very good spot for the Saints to be in. They're able to fully buy out. Waterloo, you know, stuck without any money to really buy much here. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a couple Stingers maybe come out.
Yeah,
you know,
Stinger
just
Spectre
something.
maybe.
So you're not, yeah, kind of just throwing away around. We see Shrug already opting for that Stinger light armor. A Spectre going to come in as well. But when it comes to the Saints, they've got an op on the chamber. They've got full rifles set up and 4K in the bank for Caillou. What more can you ask for?
And they do. Look at Cypher top flag. I know he was playing well. I didn't even notice. Sitting at the top of the leaderboard for all players right now. The Saints do have the Fade ulti. They have the Nightfall to play off of. Havex. Waterloo is going to run and gun. Paint Shell's going to run in. Shot going to come through. Going to hit the rendezvous and get out of dodge. Havex wants to clear sight left and right. He's going to walk all the way through. Follow the Prowler all the way to this rotation between B and C. And Plant's going to come down. The Saints pretty much going to give up sight. What a flank by Havex. Oh my goodness. Gets it done. Walking across sight into that back corner. And Waterloo, they have the opening they were looking for.
Yeah. Havex using all that raise utility necessary to clear out that site and find a nice little flank for themselves as they peek out of that smoke. Scrubby, that operator finally going to find the kill that it needs, but you're playing players down now when you should have had all the advantage in the world. The Stinger, there it is, coming in so clutch. 11th round there for Waterloo, and a crazy thrifty at that.
And that's the only issue playing Haven with this kind of comp and utility, is that having that Cypher, you essentially can AFK on a bomb site and still get the info you need. When you're running the Fade and the Breach, you have to have someone getting in there and face checking these things. So the Saints, they're pretty much taking and that's why defense Haven was so hard and we thought it was like impossible for like over a year. You have to pretty much guess 33% what site are they going to play, and then you have to decide what do we want to invest on said site. The Saints invest nothing, and ultimately I think the biggest thing, Waterloo's flanks are nutty. They have found at least like 2 or 3 double triple kills just flanking Saints backside, no info.
Yeah, and I believe it was Scrubby on the chamber was sitting back towards that like CT hall, and the second that the first op shot comes off, Havex swings out, finds the double, and is out scot-free.
Yeah.
Like this, playing off of that so well, and you know, playing in the moment almost is how I would describe it. Just very good at taking your opportunities and finding them. And yeah, what a crazy thrifty coming through from Waterloo. And now second time out coming out here from the Saints, but not much is changing in terms of the score.
Yeah, they still have a lot of work to do, and that's the beautiful thing about Raze. She is the ultimate space taker, and if you're able to make those read and reacts on the fly like Havex, realize, okay, the op shot's been fired. I know he's going to be on a little cooldown for the shot, plus he's not really going to have the edge and a short-term advantage. Takes the Stinger, jumps all the way across sight in the backside, finds the flank, and opens up Shrug for the flank. And just as we said before, eco is not looking good. Once you get to the 11-12 mark, the Saints, they're going to be relying on these ultimates to get value. The res is nice. They're going to have to play off of this Nightfall and find something, because now that Waterloo's going to stack those ultis, once they get to 4 or 5 ultis, man, I don't really know how you're going to break through.
Yeah, truthfully, once they start stacking them up, what really are you going to do? Spotted out initially here. 4 tapping, set up beside this Cypher trip.
Shut a limbo under the laser.
Yeah. He's waiting to see if anyone's going to peek it.
Yep.
But right now, all 5 Grass Eaters in Garden and or Long. Smoothie's finding the first one. The Prowler going to come out. Scrubby going to fall to light while he's nearsighted. M's on the Frenzy. So much damage coming out, but not able to clear out that second one. Light going to be found at least top. Trading out Jello. Now 4 tapping, coming through all of these Cypher utility. Oh, he did actually limbo through the one.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's just right. If you crouch and limbo under a laser, if anyone happens to cam it or check it, you're 1000% dead. But that's why I said jokingly, but also true. And now though, into a 4v1. Low HP on a couple Waterloo members, but that's not really going to matter. For tapping, here's a tough thing. Do you want to save the Vandal? Yes, but you're going to save the Vandal at the expense of the Raze ulti coming online. The Breach ulti did get burned, but the Nightfall's still there. The Cypher ulti's there. Omen has that teleport. You have so much to still work through, and he's going to get tagged up. Shrug, going to give him a little warning shot, let him know what's up. Win with the headshot, and now Waterloo already on game point.
Yeah, match point here for Waterloo, or game point, as they're trying to take this first map here on Haven very, very dominantly. And look how spread out the kills are too. Like you said, top, the Cypher being up there, the Breach being up there, and yeah, Havex also up there pretty well even.
Yeah.
And then Smoothie's in there to toss in the smokes when necessary.
Yeah, and that's a perfectly fine Omen stat line. If you have 10 plus assists in the game, you're getting near that 1 KD-ish kind of. That's all you want out of an Omen. Lock down these sites, use the dark covers over and over again, keep this utility back. In the Saints, they have Nightfall, they have Rez. Waterloo, they have a little bit of information gathering themselves if they want to use it. They are going to get first blood, though, as M's going to find the kill on Havex, and that's a pretty big one.
Scrubby tapped through the wall, but he can't make it out alive. Off with a trade, and now this intel going to be coming out of the Cypher ult as well. They've got the locations of all the Saints left. 3v3 here.
There it is.
Lead ult coming out from the Saints. This is the retake. This is the utility you got to use, but Smoothies finds the first one onto Jello. The Cypher cage going to come out. Shut down this push. Caillou gets a little closer. Or tapping finds one. Crossfire not available. Caillou has to jump through that cage to try and make something happen. Smoothies with a 3K to shut down the game and take that first map for you, Waterloo.
Listen, I knew his kit wasn't bad, but I have been convinced that Cypher is back in the meta. Honestly, the way, maybe at least on Haven, the way they're able to lock down that C site, they just had full control of the game. And as we saw great games from some of the Saints. They had a couple nice rounds, but honestly, it always felt like Waterloo was maybe like 2-3 steps ahead. And as you said, their ability to react to these situations, play off this utility, like everything was like snap of a finger, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Everything was like so quick off of each other. You could tell they've practiced together. They have played us in the past. They had those good results. So they're continuing off the run tonight. And the Saints, they can look to bounce back. We are going to be on Pearl for map 2 though. So very interesting to see who will win that one.
Yeah, so we are just going to send it to a quick break here before map 2. But yeah, overall, first map, Waterloo, dominant. One step ahead of the Saints. I think that's just the overall recap of the map.
Yeah, nothing else to be said. We'll go over to the break, and we'll be back with Pearl on the other side.
Second on the site before somebody's coming to contest it. And with that, they found themselves a nice 20-point lead here, as the Saints are going to start swarming this hard point. But now the Samsons got full control. The Saints are going to have to respawn and set up another push. Not if KMC is just out shooting them. Headshots go a little wide there on Uper. Now KMC is forced to reset.
Perfect grenade. Wow, absolute. 2 grenades, actually both of them. I was
rare
rolling for Rare's.
Wow.
Absolute. 2 grenades, actually both of them. I was
rare
rolling for Rare's grenade. Yeah, we watched KMC throw it. Rare also finds the frag kill off screen, and then KMC's frag lands right in after the fact and finds it. So great job by the Saints. And I was just about to say, this point can be kind of difficult to attack. You can pretty much hide out of sight, but we're going to lob those nades on from downtown. You're going to have no issue. And KMC still just running through people on this site, up to a 5 streak now as well. Is going to find one, though. Going to look to find the second with the pistol. Is going to get it done. And Clair actually taking the lead off the rest of this hardpoint in the Academy. They're going to have to make a play here because this game is about to be over one way or the other.
Yeah, they have to put this hard point. I want to say the Samsons take it if they're able to keep this 40 seconds. 100%. 15 points or 16 points now left for the Samsons. Double kill on the grenade from Audi, but one of them happened to be KMC. Rare finding the kill on Uper, but it's Smoke Show to be clearing out this site with a nasty 3K there onto Rick who moves around. So Sway going to be grabbing the bomb here, which is interesting. Fearful Sway was going to be that, that kind of entry. SMG Slay was the term they used. So let's see.
Always interesting to see how things kind of shake out. Sway hopping right in the building, but Smoke have been 2 rounds through search. Smoke Show is definitely going to be your #1 threat, so not that you can find a way to isolate them and try to find the pick, but if you're able to take Smoke Show out, there's a fairly high chance you can try to trade out the rest of the round. Try to get that plant. Sway, like we said, running and gunning immediately.
Left now, you're on the defense. You can play this a little slow. You can just hold these angles, wait for that plant. You spot Griff on the plant. Sway gonna find that with 2.
Come in any second now. It is going to come down just now. Looks like the plant is going to go through. Now they know. Griff gonna have some info at least, but now KMC time to reposition and try to find this angle and just try to play defense for the last 30 seconds.
KMC did a great job of
That's
isolating
cheeky.
those gunfights early. Kills here, 5 kills up now. Smoke Show still around this lighthouse, not able to be taken down just yet.
Oh, unfortunate.
Getting 1 or 2 seconds on the site before somebody's coming to contest it. And with that, they found themselves a nice 20-point lead here, as the Saints are going to start swarming this hard point, but now the Samsons got full control. The Saints are going to have to respawn and set up another push. Not if KMC is just out shooting them. Headshots go a little wide there on Uper. Now KMC forced a regen.
Perfect grenade. Wow, absolute. 2 grenades, actually both of them. I was
Rare
rolling
and
for Rare's.
him.
Wow, absolute. 2 grenades, actually both of them. I was
Rare
rolling for
and
Rare's
KMC.
grenade. Yeah, we watched KMC throw it. Rare also finds the frag kill off screen, and then KMC's frag lands right in after the fact and finds it. So great job by the Saints. Now I was just about to say, this point can be kind of difficult to attack because you can pretty much hide out of sight, but we're going to lob those nades on from downtown. You're going to have no issue, and KMC still just running through people on this site up to a 5 streak now as well. Griff is going to find one, though. Look to find the second with the pistol. Is going to get it done in Clair. He actually taking the lead off the rest of this hardware in the Academy. They're going to have to make a play here because this game is about to be over one way or the other.
Yeah, they have to push this hard point. I want to say the Samsons take it if they're able to keep this 40 seconds. 100%. 15 points or 16 points now left for the Samsons. Double kill on the grenade from Audi, but one of them happened to be KMC. Rare finding the kill on Uper, but it's Smoke Show to be clearing out this site with a nasty 3K there onto reduce the round. So Sway going to be grabbing the bomb here, which is interesting. We were told Sway was going to be that, that kind of entry. SMG Slay was the term they used. So let's see.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see how things kind of shake out. Sway hopping right in the building, but Smoke been 2 rounds through search. Smoke Show is definitely going to be your #1 threat, so not that you can find a way to isolate them and try to find the pick, but you know if you're able to take Smoke Show out, there's a fairly high chance you can try to trade out the rest of the round. Try to get that plant. Sway, like we said, running and gunning immediately.
Left now, you're on the defense. You can play this a little slow. You can just hold these angles, wait for that plant. You spot Griff on the plant. Sway gonna find that with 2.
Come in any second now. It is gonna come down just now. Looks like the plant is gonna go through. Now they know. Griff is gonna have some info at least, but now KMC time to reposition and try to find this angle and just try to play defense with
KMC did a great job of
That's
isolating
cheeky.
those gunfights early. Kills here, 5 kills up now. Smoke Show still around this lighthouse, not able to be taken down just yet.
Oh, unfortunate.
Getting 1 or 2 seconds on the site before somebody's coming to contest it. And with that, they found themselves a nice 20-point lead here, as the Saints are going to start swarming this hard point, but now the Samsons got full control. The Saints are going to have to respawn and set up another push. Not if KMC is just out shooting them. Headshots go a little wide there on Uper. Now KMC forced a regen.
Perfect grenade. Wow, absolute. 2 grenades, actually both of them. I was
Rare
rolling for
and
Rare's.
him.
Wow, absolute. 2 grenades, actually both of them. I was
Rare
rolling for
and
Rare's
him.
grenade. Yeah, we watched KMC throw it. Rare also finds the frag kill off screen, and then KMC's frag lands right in after the fact and finds it. So great job by the Saints. Now I was just about to say, this point can be kind of difficult to attack. You can pretty much hide out of sight, but we're going to lob those nades on from downtown. You're going to have no issue. And KMC still just running through people on this site up to a 5 streak now as well. Griff is going to find one, though. They look up on the second with the pistol. Is going to get it done in Clair. He actually taking the lead off the rest of this hardware in the Academy. They're going to have to make a play here because this game is about to be over one way or the other.
Yeah, they have to push this hard point. I want to say the Samsons take it if they're able to keep this 40 seconds. 100%. 15 points or 16 points now left for the Samsons. Double kill on the grenade from Audi, but one of them happened to be KMC. Rare finding the kill on Uper, but it's Smoke Show to be clearing out this site with a nasty 3K there onto reduce the round. So Sway going to be grabbing the bomb here, which is interesting. We were told Sway was going to be that, that kind of entry. SMG Slay was the term they used. So let's see.
It's always interesting to see how things kind of shake out. Sway hopping right in the building, but Smoke have been 2 rounds through search. Smoke Show is definitely going to be your #1 threat. So not that you can find a way to isolate them and try to find the pick, but you know if you're able to take Smoke Show out, there's a fairly high chance you can try to trade out the rest of the round. Try to get that plant. Sway, like we said, running and gunning immediately.
Left now, you're on the defense. You can play this a little slow. You can just hold these angles, wait for that plant. You spot grip on the plant. Sway gonna find that with 2.
Come in any second now. It is going to come down just now. Looks like the plant is going to go through. Now they know. Griff gonna have some info at least, but now KMC, time to reposition and try to find this angle and just try to play defense here in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, KMC did a great job of isolating those gunfights early. Kills here, 5 kills up now. Smoke Show still around this lighthouse, not able to be taken down just yet.
Oh, unfortunate.
Getting 1 or 2 seconds on the site before somebody's coming to contest it. And with that, they found themselves a nice 20-point lead here as the Saints are going to start swarming this hard point, but now the Samsons got full control. The Saints are going to have to respawn and set up another push. Not if KMC is just out shooting them. Headshots go a little wide there on Uper. Now KMC forced to regen.
Perfect grenade. Wow, absolute. 2 grenades, actually both of them. I was
rare
going
hit
for Rare's.
him.
Wow, absolute. 2 grenades, actually both of them. I was going for Rare's grenade. Yeah, we watched KMC throw it. Rare also finds the frag kill off screen, and then KMC's frag lands right in after the fact and finds it. So great job by the Saints. Now I was just about to say, this point can be kind of difficult to attack because you can pretty much hide out of sight, but we're going to lob those nades on from downtown. You're going to have no issue, and KMC still just running through people on this site, up to a 5 streak now as well. Griff is going to find one though. Good look up on the second with a pistol. Is going to get it done in Clair. He actually taking the lead off the rest of this hardpoint in the Academy. They're going to have to make a play here because this game is about to be over one way or the other.
Yeah, they have to push this hard point. I want to say the Samsons take it if they're able to keep this 40 seconds. 100%. 15 points or 16 points now left for the Samsons. Double kill on the grenade from Audi, but one of them happened to be KMC. Rare finding the kill on Uper, but it's Smoke Show to be clearing out this site with a nasty 3K there onto Rare to lose the round. So Sway going to be grabbing the bomb here, which is interesting because we were told Sway was going to be that, you know, that kind of entry. SMG Slay was the term they used. So let's see.
It's always interesting to see how things kind of shake out. Sway hopping right in the building, but Smoke have been 2 rounds through search. Smoke Show is definitely going to be your #1 threat, so not that you can find a way to isolate them and try to find the pick, but you know if you're able to take Smoke Show out, there's a fairly high chance you can try to trade out the rest of the round. Try to get that plant. Sway, like we said, running and gunning immediately.
Left now, you're on the defense. You can play this a little slow. You can.
Welcome back from that very short intermission. Waterloo did take map 1 of NECC VALORANT, gonna take it on Haven there. I believe it was 13-5 by the end of it, so did a very good job to take things over. But now we're gonna be shifting over to Pearl in just a few minutes, I believe.
Yeah, but it looks like we're actually thought we were getting into Pearl, but we are having some PC issues, yeah, apparently. So we're gonna just, you know, we can recap that last game for just a little bit. Yeah, but overall, it was a lot of just the Grassy just being, you know, 1 step ahead. That's how I capped it off before the break there, but 1-2 steps ahead on some of these flanks and just some of the positioning, utility usage. You know, we saw Havex with the crazy play out of the smoke on that eco round that really should have been Saints rounds to win. But also, I think a lot of that comes down to the Stinger being the Stinger right now. But definitely, you know, the game sense there for him to just peek out right after that op shot, grab the 2, get out safe, and you keep that lead for your team running in through the rest of the game, and you keep that momentum going is a big one, too.
And I always say, I'm no math genius, but starting a game 10-2, you're not going to have a whole lot of success, especially on a map like Haven where it can be very tough to kind of snowball. Because in other maps, especially like maybe like a bind or something, you can create these extremely odd skirmishes. You can make these really weird engagements, jumping over people, getting onto site extremely easily. But playing a map like Haven, it's a lot more setup. And as we saw, honestly, Cypher, that kit is still extremely strong, way more useful than I thought it'd be. Not that like a camera in cages would never be useful, but we've seen a shift away from him the last few months. But to see them bust out the Cypher, and I believe the top frag as well. So if you have a guy who's supposed to play only utility and like be that anchor, be that lockdown defender to come out in top frag, just an extremely good job. And looks like someone's PC, hopefully, has been fixed. Fingers crossed here, but we are going to get into the reworked version of Pearl. Couple walls changed, couple sites changed, and now we're going to see some very different team comps from Haven, though. Almost entirely different, probably.
Yeah, for sure. And we're already seeing the Astros being hovered Pearl is one of those maps where Astra is still a pretty preferred agent because it gives you that full map value pretty well. I mean, I believe you can activate those stars from just about anywhere on the map.
Yeah,
but
you
usually you'll see the Astra players set up somewhere towards the middle.
Sitting crisscross.
Sitting crisscross in her astral zone there, and just being able to set up those stars and provide value from the team from really wherever you are. And we see 4-tapping heading back to that again. So it seems like 4-tapping has become kind of the smokes player of the team.
Yeah, we are going to see Ems back onto his original role of the duelist, and I think we're going to see the no duelist comp coming out of the side of Waterloo. And on Pearl, definitely a very, very solid play. I've seen a lot of pro teams run this as well. Even on like Haven, we said you can run, honestly, any map can kind of go for the no duelist comp depending how you run, because running a KO and especially like a Viper, you can get so much sight clear. KO can basically shut down anything going on those back lines. You still get the grenades, you get the pop flashes, you still get, I mean, KO pretty much, you get the pop flashes and you get grenades. This guy is a pseudo duelist at heart, and you can get the suppresses. So team, not super surprising. I think we're definitely going to see Jello lock in the KO. KO pretty much needed on Pearl. I'd go as far as to say pretty much a crutch pick. Chamber, I'm assuming, gets locked in for Shrug on the other side. We're going to ride out the rest of this timer, and we will see, just as I thought, there it will be, and we're going to see only one duelist in the lobby, and Ems going to go off that stage onto the Raze.
Yeah, and we've seen what Ems can do on that Raze, and we've seen in this series just how good having that Raze as a duelist can be. We saw how it worked for Havex there on Haven. Havex on Haven, I didn't even realize that.
I tried to avoid it the entire game as much as possible.
Yeah, but as we're coming in, we do see Jello on that KO as well, which is Jello's pretty well main pick we've seen on some other maps like Ascent as well. And we've seen the pop flashes are so potent for, you know, enabling Ems and Scrubby to be able to, you know, enable them to get up in the scoreboard there and find the kills that are necessary.
Honestly, I am so excited to watch Pearl because I have no idea what this is going to look like, especially after the rework. I'm sure it'll look pretty similar. We're not going to see too many strays from what the meta or what we're used to seeing, but the sights definitely look a little bit different now. They got that facelift. We've seen that on Icebox. We've seen it on a couple other maps. So I think Breeze got a facelift earlier in time. So Riot constantly try to make these changes, and it's always nice to see, can the players adapt and can they learn on the fly?
Yeah, that's really going to be the key here to watch out for. Ems thought they were going to toss a little paint grenade there. Havex missing the ghost shots onto Scrubby, but Scrubby's trademark is now going to be taken down, so not a rendezvous going to be taken down, not able to have that teleport available. Only one shot left in that headhunter as well for Scrubby.
Yeah, Shrug. It looks like Toph might have had a flank as the Saints walked in. They're long. Shrug getting tagged to the box is going to get plant. Havex is going to get first blood there on Scrubby. So Chamber down to start things off, and now post-plant round 1.
Yeah, Caillou playing under that balcony there. 2 players.
Low HP too.
Shrug and Havex. Oh, that could be a good eye to spot them out. Actually going to opt to throw it on top. Try to spot out some players in long and shut down through mid there by Smoothies. Havex on the push there as well. Havex with 3 that round on the KO. And that is going to be once again pistol round going over to you, Waterloo.
Yeah, great job. Like, they do such a good job of just committing to the utility push. They're not like, you see the life orb go out, you see the suppress come through, you see the haunt come out, and they are not scared to push in behind it. And that's the sign of a confident team and the team that knows, like, you know, they know what they're capable of. They've worked together a lot, because you see there was no hesitation. And you had Chamber being the one to plant the bomb as well. So definitely not something you're used to seeing, but nonetheless, got the job done, and we're going to see actually a Bulldog coming through for Light. So Waterloo maybe trying to flex those muscles a little bit in the early game.
Oh, I love seeing the Bulldog on these advanced rounds.
This long angle too is...
Yeah, you can... So the alternate fire, the ADS fire, it's a triple burst, and you can one-shot somebody to the body without even worrying about hitting their head with that Bulldog. Scrubby trying to get there on the peak, forced to teleport out, but you get a lot of valuable intel off that.
Yeah, it's exactly all they're going to want to do. Now Smoothie's going to drop first blood. There's a little bit of a flank going on in that little U corner there. Ems going to be playing the smoke. Jello is going to find the pick there. Little KO on KO crime. Going to knock down Havex. Maybe they recover, I believe, possibly a Spectre or a Sheriff. We'll have to find out. Their Shrug. Go back on this Headhunter. Going to try to find these tags. Light putting that Bulldog to work. Going to find 2 right off the rep. Finding a 3rd. Finding 4 is Light. And just like that, the Saints left in the darkness. And now it is 2-0 Waterloo.
Yeah, shout out to the Bulldog, man. Great weapon.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly,
you called it perfectly.
and that is the perfect angle to be able to make use of that alternate fire there, as well as they try to peek you with 100 health. The burst, each of them is going to be a 1 burst. Boom, boom, boom. And now we see Shrug on that chamber. Op available round 3. Glass cannoning that off round 3. This is interesting.
Perfect description. Absolute.
What is this buy?
That's
Look at this.
honestly, I want to say it's kind of a Chad buy from Waterloo, considering how they've been playing, but we'll have to see. We saw Toph on the Hero Phantom. You can hardly call it a Hero Phantom when someone has the Operator no armor and has a full armor Bulldog already, but kind of a pretty, pretty nice buy from Waterloo, honestly, because the way they played those first 2 rounds, what have they been shown to give them reason to doubt what they're going to do? You know what I mean? Like, they feel like they can walk in there, play those engages, and they are actually, once again, going to stack up towards C, leave Smoothie's backline on Astra, put those stars down and try to get the vision going. A little bit of a waiting game this round.
Bring them
Yeah,
down.
Smoothie's buy was the one that really confused me there. Just the Ghost, full armor. But I guess with your Astra, really the value that you're providing is your utility. You can just save it there and keep the Ghost, but
Wow.
that is gonna hurt Waterloo. They can recover the Operator. However, losing your chamber that early is definitely gonna hurt.
And if the Saints can take the round, that's a $4,500 weapon just about that they're going to be able to put in their back pocket. They're going to take that away from the side of you, Waterloo. And honestly, the Operator is like a 4th of the eco. Caillou going to get some great info. They're going to find the kill. M's going to walk in with the trade as well. Prowler going to walk out, try to find that info. They are going to spot one out. Going to get suppressed as light. Backing off with that Bulldog down to 1 HP. Toph on the Op going to find that kill. Keep this Operator alive. Very low HP on the Fade, so pretty much not quite a 1v4. Fade still hanging on there. Scrubby is going to rendezvous back. 5 HP. Trying to find a frag here. Is going to get taken out. Now Toph on this Operator. You know he's trying to save this bad boy. He does not want to hand that thing over to the Saints.
And I don't mind the play from Light either to just see if they can find any more picks
Why
there
not?
with that Bulldog. You're at 5 health,
Yeah.
and you're not going to be retreating down long. It's too long of an angle to just sprint down and not get killed for it. So, you know you're going to get punished. You might as well try to fight it out. And now, still enough money in hand to buy that Vandal as well. So, with that save, we are going to be seeing a full buy come out of you, Waterloo, now.
Jello is going to be trapped on either a Spectre with very minimal money, or he's going to play out this Classic and wait till next round. He actually is going to get a teammate to buy the Vandal. I wasn't sure if they'd go that route, but they are going to take the rest of Scrubby's money, invest it into that Vandal for Jello. And now, both teams, not really high on money, but they're definitely high on confidence. They are trying to take this round from each other.
There it is. I think only one player going to be knifed out there. I'm not sure if the Viper was spotted as well. Now M's deep up long here with Caillou to back him up. This could work out as it's just the chamber holding that. Really it really comes down to this first shot from Shrug. Although the info now given out from M's as the Boombot is going to be used.
It's about to pop off. Jello holding the short corner. Light's going to find first blood. Jello's going to find the spray. Fine, too. Gets KO, I believe, mid-null command as well. So I'm not sure if the ulti got burned there. I don't think that it possibly did. Jello going to be up to 3 on the round now. So possibly looking to try to clean up Waterloo here. Great start, though. Great job by Smoothies to dodge that KO knife. Keep that info hidden from the side of the Saints. Does have the bomb as well. Going to be a pretty hard task to get this plant on A, though. Multiple Saints stacked up holding these angles. 4-tapping, holding over here. Every single one of these Saints just trying to lock these sites down.
Yeah, and from the looks of that portrait, it looks like KO's ultimate actually was burnt there.
Yeah.
On the side of Waterloo, so Smoothies finding a kill, trading it back. Plant now going to come down. There's the pop flash from Jello. Taken down. Rug there. 4 for Jello. He's looking for the ace on this KO, and that's why I pointed out that it was Jello on the KO, because we have seen just how comfortable he is on this agent and just what he can do. And now this round is really showing up.
And if this wasn't such a close series, especially after dropping game 1, I suspect the comms would be, yo, give ace, give ace, give ace. But the Saints right now are probably just looking to win this round. Smoothie's going to give himself away, though. Maybe Jello can find the ace. 5th for the round. Ace for Jello. 2-2 for St. Clair.
Yeah, that is going to be the round that they need to take this back. You just shut down a huge buy from Waterloo. After that save, they were able to full buy and now once again shut down. Operator didn't go over to the Saints, however, but look at the buy and just look at the eco here from Waterloo. Absolutely devastated their wallets from that last round.
Yeah, I think they're probably just going to go for a pretty hardcore save here. Maybe some stingers. Yeah, stinger, marshal, sheriff, somewhere in that ballpark, that, you know, $1,100 to $1,800 range, depending on the weapon. They're not going to want to invest too much here. Saints are going to be on a very juicy buy. 5 rifles, full armor across the board. Caillou's got the money in his pocket too, so the Saints are definitely looking to come away with this round. This would be a pretty tough one to swallow.
Yeah. A lot of pressure mid here. We haven't really seen this just yet from Waterloo. They're now trying to make it through the double doors here in the archway. Trademark is going to be popped. Not going to slow anyone, however, as taking down Caillou with an absolute spray down on 3 of them. 1, 2, 3 headshots. Scrubby finding the 4th, and now it's just the lone Havex to try and make something happen here.
Just the lone KO against the world. Saints shut it down. And after the ace from Jello, they get a flawless on the back of it. And now they take a 3-2 lead over on Pearl to kick things off.
Yeah, absolute flip on its head from what we saw from the starting of last game. Seems like the Saints got an idea of how to play this Pearl map.
Hopefully. I mean, listen, if it's triple sprays and getting aces, I'm not sure if it's consistent with winning this over and over and over. But hey, you'll take it any way it'll present itself to you. And now they're off to a fantastic start. They have Null Command and Nightfall in the back pocket. Going to be the Cosmic Divide and the Nightfall on the other side as well. Almost called it the Great Divide. Like, we couldn't get the name last week. Almost got it again there.
Divide. What did I call it? Yeah, I think I called it
Great Divide, World Divided.
Divide.
Yeah,
World Divided, that's what it is, because that's the voice line.
Yeah.
There it is, once again, Toff. Little jiggle there to just eke out that trademark, and then backing off this time, however, not going to put themselves into another situation where they're trying to fight it out with Caillou there. Flash going to be coming over the top from Havex, but no one there to really push off of it. Kind of tossed out.
Yeah, a lot of utility, just kind of getting the feelers out there, not anything to, you know, dedicate a full push. We are going to see the A-side push coming through. Caillou, once again, spray transfer finds 2. Nightfall is going to come through as well, so Waterloo going to invest a lot here. They are going to find the kill on 4 tapping. Great job to shut down the Astra as well. Key kill. Now the Nightfall for the Saints going to come through, going to hit back with their own. Smoothies decayed down to 1. If the Saints can maybe try to make a play. Caillou finding his 3rd. He's going to find 4. Can he find the ace? Only 1 more to creep up on, and it's Taupe with 30 HP. Caillou trying to find it, gonna spray through the wall here. Sheriff is in hand, and there's a 2nd ace for the Saints. Caillou gonna get 5 on the board. Ace, flawless ace. St. Clair up to 4.
Yeah, 2 aces in 3 rounds.
Wow.
I don't understand how you're gonna come from the last game into this and just come out swinging. I don't know what kind of pep talk was just given in that other room, but it worked, Jobin.
I'll tell you what, it definitely worked out, and I think shutting down Shrug so far, keeping that chamber at bay, eliminating all these potential long angles to shut them down has been massive for the Saints, and they did a great job there of eating the Nightfall from the side of Waterloo, sending back their own, fully committing, although they still have the Cosmic Divide, and they do have the Viper Pit online, and Viper Pit might be the most obnoxious thing to play around in all of Valorant.
Yeah, I think a lot of this, too, comes down to the fact that Waterloo was punished for that round 3 off buy.
Yeah.
Heavily punished. Havex finding the first kill. Stingers coming out once again. We saw how these Stingers worked against the Saints on a full buy on the last map. Can they make something happen again? Vandal being taken, and the numbers advantage in their hands. Tour de Force available as well. This is about the most advantage when it comes to weaponry. I was going to say that the most advantage that they've had, but the timing comes out.
Every chambermain around the world felt that, and that hurt them as well. That's just, he would have had the kill almost certainly, and just looks away at the wrong time. Now Light, gonna send the Haunt out, try to get some value here. Site is cleared out for the time being, so they should be able to get plant here, and the Saints will be more than happy to play this Stormhole retake. Viper Pit online now, so Waterloo investing a lot into this round, realizing if these next couple rounds start to slip away, it could be a very tall battle to climb up.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to put yourself in the exact same situation that Saints found themselves in last game. Now, Operator on the retake here for Scrubby. Viper's Pit is up. That op's not going to help you too much when you can only see 2 feet in front of you. Light going to be taking down Caillou before tapping in Jello there on the trades. Viper's Pit now falls. Smoke's going to come out from the Astra, and the defuse is going to start to be stuck by Jello.
Yeah, Jello gonna stick that 4 tapping getting on the board in a big way, gonna find 3. Scrubby shutting it down with the operator there, so 4 tapping. Struggled a little bit to start the game. Gonna get a couple kills online there on the Astra, so gonna get back in that score column there. And we're gonna see that timeout, I'm assuming, gonna be the side of Waterloo there because they have a lot to look over. I mean, getting ace twice and getting that flawless, you're looking at the drawing board and going, what do we go from here?
Yeah, and 4 tapping coming out in that last round with 3 kills, starting the game 0-4, just kind of being that Astra that's going to put those smokes down, use the concuss, use the well, but now comes into that round with a big play, letting Jello just stick out that bomb under the cover of his own smoke, and then 4 tapping going to be clearing him out.
And that's what you want to see. You get Jello getting an ace, Caillou getting an ace, and 4 tapping getting a 3K, so everyone getting involved here for the Saints. Stark difference from last game, what we saw. We saw decent frags across the board, but this time, clearly making their presence known, getting in the, surviving those early waves of utility, navigating the Viper Pit. I don't think they've had to burn the Cosmic Divide yet, so still got that to worry about with the Saints. This is a significantly different game from map 1, and maybe Pearl. Maybe they've had something cooking on Pearl, especially not running the Viper either, which I was very surprised to see.
Yeah, interesting to see. I think most of the teams we've seen on Pearl have opted to run that Viper. And I mean, we see the double controller coming out from Waterloo, but they're just opting for 4 tapping on that Astra. That's all they need when the rest of the intel comes from these initiators and the rest of the stall comes from that utility. Jello with the Molly, Caillou with those Prowlers to stall it out. And then, of course, just the intel that comes off of Scrubby being kind of a human drone and peeking with this teleport.
Human drone, I love
human
it.
drone.
Ems are going to go with the paint shells early on. A well going to get popped as well, so info gathering from the both sides. Scrubby going to get first blood for the op. Now Jello going to get up and face, finding 2 on the spray. Light only going to get 1 for the trade there, so Saints definitely have a very large advantage now. Smoothie's playing this mid area. To find anything. Timing again. He will find the kill on Caillou now into a 3v2.
Yeah, Rug here. Not gonna really find anything. He might actually find himself in a gunfight with Scrubby, but a jump peek from Scrubby. Gonna get himself that intel that there is someone down long still watching that.
And timing has been the Saints' best friend because he was ADS that entire angle waiting for that 1 tap. The second he un-ADS's to hip fire, the jump peek does come through. And now Shrug, at least he got the info though. He got what he was looking for on this long attempt. Saints have a couple toward A as well, still playing it. Cosmic Divide is going to get burned early on, so probably gonna set up the rendezvous, gonna play this wall with the operator. Gonna try to walk through and find that pick, but the bomb will get planted. The Saints will have to play.
Yeah, this is a great wall here for that setup, for that plant. Still set up here. Grubby 4 tapping and Jello. Once they all get to sight here, they gotta make something happen. Double smokes coming down. Smoothies holding it close on the left here. He's about to meet Scrubby. Scrubby with the headshot. Now it's all up to Scrub. Or Shrug.
Jello got the suppress. Gonna get some info there. Gonna face check the smoke. And gets his 3rd of the round. And it'll be 6 for the Saints. The fuse comes through momentarily. And the Saints are rolling to start off Pearl.
There's the defuse coming through. Alt point going to be given over to Jello as Tour de Force and that Great Divide still up and still available.
Oh, the Great Divide again. I love it. It's my favorite.
Is that not what it's called?
Cosmic Divide.
We've said so many. We've called it so many things at this point.
I call it that all the time too. It's just funny. We literally, every time we meme about it, it comes up and we hear her yelling. It's all good.
Oh my god, we've called it so many things.
There's too many abilities.
I don't even know. I don't know what the real one's called. Cosmic Divide is gonna come out there, and it's
like when you say it so many times, it starts to lose meaning almost. It's just like you're saying nothing at that point. So luckily for the Saints, though, they're not gonna waste the Cosmic Divide. They actually didn't have to burn it. That was the Waterloo one getting used. So the Saints, a lot of ultis online. Tour de Force not going to get popped. I want to see if Ems can get going with the showstopper, though. I know he's been struggling a bit this game, kind of losing those entry frags. I wonder if one rocket can change the tides for him this game.
Yeah, Rug. Surprised those shots didn't land onto Scrubby. Maybe the TP was just too quick. Jello taking a lot of damage in that gunfight for nothing of his own, really. Now the intel is available from Waterloo. They know what's being played by this defense. Looks like the setup is going to be coming to A.
Rotation is going to come through. Havox has the null command, waiting for that knife to get back online before they want to commit anything here. Or tapping, playing this backside behind the wall. Hold that little angle. It looks like it will definitely be a commit at this point. 50 seconds, you could feasibly rotate, but that's a kind of a long rotation, and I think we're happy to take this 5v5. Null Command is going to get popped for Waterloo. Pond comes through. Everything's going to come through. Waterloo is going to make the push off it. Trades are going to go through. M's going to find one. Smoothie's going to get the wall bang. Now into a 4v3. They do have control. Bomb will get planted, and the Saints will have to play a little bit of retake.
Bomb is now down. Smoothies finding themselves at half health here. 2 players from Waterloo actually around half health. Jello, though, still stuck with that same 28 we saw from the starting of the round here. 2 ultimates available, but will the Saints opt to pop them is the question.
There.
See it.
I wouldn't see it, especially the Showstopper. That is it. Tour de Force, definitely not now. Showstopper is extremely high risk, high reward in this spot. Op kill is going to be found. Maybe we see the Showstopper now, potentially Jello with a great flash, but Toph going to get 2 through the flash. He actually finds all 3 through the KO flash. He's going to shut it down, and the Saints somehow going to drop that round. A fantastic play by Toph to just keep it together there for Waterloo.
And once again, we see that Toph on the controller from Waterloo, finding themselves right near that top of the leaderboard. And, you know, the player that you'd think would be finding a lot of the kills, Shrug, actually down at 1-8 this game. So, little different from last game. That player that was very, very strong. Maybe the Chamber right now on attack, it's just not working out for them. And granted, we've seen Shrug a lot of the times just have to play solo, play for intel almost on this B side, have to try and 1v1 it out with Scrubby. That Chamber duel. Oh, there it is, the Tour de Force. There's the first pick of the round.
Yeah, and that's huge for the side of the Saints. Once again, you're shutting down those long-range engagements. You're forcing Waterloo into these skirmishes, into these close-range fights where you're basically smoke-checking everything. Pop, flash, pop. Once again, on the ball. Gonna find that kill on Jello. So yeah, the battle controller clearly working out in Waterloo's favor.
Grubby, how set up down this alleyway with the Tour de Force. You see the amount of players that are setting up. There's that smoke to come through. Avex to meet Caillou. Caillou finds 1. We've seen Caillou find so many there before. And 2, good for 2. You take those if you're the Saints.
I thought maybe he'd get the 3rd, but that was certainly wishful thinking. So, gonna walk away with the double. Now Smoothies. Walk over with Toph here, trying to hold this angle, 4-tapping. On a pretty dirty flank right now. He's gonna find, not gonna find one. Smoothies actually gets the shutdown, finds the headshot, 4-tapping, just not able to get it. And now, it will be plant for Waterloo and Saints. They do have the Showstopper, and I believe that Chamber has the Tour de Force out, so shells do come through. Not going to find anything. Through the Viper wall, M's going to find the kill. Fantastic job to get Toph down, and now 2v1 for the Saints. Smoothies pretty much playing a guessing game at this point. Showstopper does get burned, possibly questionably so. Not going to find anything, and now he's just giving an info away. Smoothies finds 1. This will be disaster for the Saints if Smoothies can close this out with a 4K. Ems taps the bomb. Now Smoothies, he can just play time, play the bomb. He knows when the fuse comes. Luckily for the Saints, M's gonna get it. That was very scary.
Very, very scary. And yeah, I really don't know about burning the Showstopper there, but Ems does end up taking it in the end. 14 health left on Smoothies. That post plant not able to be taken in Waterloo's favor. Now 7-3 for St. Clair College. And Op gonna come back into Scrubby's hands there.
Can I get a drop?
As stingers coming out from you, Waterloo, and honestly, we've seen what they can do on the stingers. It seems like Toph and Smoothies, they like the stinger more than some of these rifles.
Honestly, the way, I mean, especially playing a Viper and an Astra, oftentimes you're setting your smoke and you're walking around, especially with Viper, because you can't get decayed. You're walking around through a wall, through the life orb, through your Viper pit. So using a gun like that almost gives you the advantage in those close range situations. But Waterloo trying to bring this one back. A lot of ultimates online for both teams here. They could possibly make something of it. M's going to send the paint shells. Haunted Prowler are going to come through. So typical information exchange, but nothing being committed just as of this moment.
Caillou spotted 1 with the Prowlers, 4-tapping with the first kill of the round. Finds a second for themselves. Light with the trade. Toph gonna fall to Ems, and as everything is revealed by Caillou there. Jello able to find 1 with the Molly and a 1-tap of his own there. Turning it to 8-3 for the Saints, trying to make it 9 before this half.
We don't believe in curses over here. Get that straight through your head immediately. So Saints Looking to push this one to 9-3.
There.
Both full buys coming through for teams. Operator going to be in hand for Scrubby there. So heavy investment, but obviously last round. And look how many ultimates we have online. Have fun,
There.
Observers. Astra Ultimate and Viper Ultimate coming in. So Observers, have fun out there.
There.
You know, it's sometimes you just want to see colors. Sometimes
Yeah,
you don't need to see the game.
See? Who knows? Yeah,
Colors.
who needs to see? Exactly.
Yeah, at least the Astra smoke, you know, you get a little bit of a design to kind of
The two tones, the yellow, yeah.
yeah. You're looking into space there, staring into the abyss as the rotations are going to come out from Waterloo. Knife comes out, suppresses 4-tapping, so no Astra utility for the next 10 seconds there. Shrug killing M's on, you know, trying to get, yeah, honestly, not the rotation you want from M's.
I don't think as a Raze, I think Raze especially, you want to be the one to, even if you're going to die double satcheling onto site or die double satcheling on a retake. Waterloo, Viper Pit comes through. Jello with a phenomenal flying through that backside sewer grate is going to find the kill. Now 4v4, Viper Pit still up, but Saints have no command at Nightfall and Cosmic Divide, so if everything doesn't get burned, it will all get burned at the same time, so massive investment. Light going to be in the decay. Nightfall does come through. Caillou going to face check. Going to find one. Looks to find two. Not going to get it. Taupe going to find two. Scrubby going to find one as well. And St. Clair getting wiped off the map on site. They're great adjustment by Waterloo mid-round, and they're going to find an 8-4 deficit now in the first half.
Yeah, super doable still for Waterloo. I don't think they're down and out of this game just yet. We haven't seen their
if Chamber can get online too, that's the thing. The Saints keeping Chamber at bay has been great. If Shrug starts to pop off, that's something you might have to worry about.
Not to mention, too, double controller on defense. So Saints are going to be forced to push through that Viper wall. Both entrances on B there going to be Viper walled up, as well as that Astra just having that map-wide presence that we always see from her. Could be Waterloo just making something work here. Have to play this defense to their advantage. I mean, they're playing with no duelists. You'd assume that defense side is where they're looking for.
I would assume so, and here's Shrug on the Headhunter. Gonna be a little bit solo bolo. Double tap from Scrubby. Shrug maybe just a little slow to react, or maybe couldn't hit the TP in time, but the Saints, they're gonna draw first blood, and this is gonna be a heavy push now that they got that pick.
Attack coming through. Smoothie's dropping a few smokes down now. Falling right after the trade onto Caillou. Now the plant is going to come down for the Saints, but they're playing one player down, or it's actually Waterloo's one player down. 4-tapping, whiffing those shots. Avek's going to kill him. Hems with the paint grenade, and now it's just Toph left coming down this long angle. Gotta find something. I believe it was only a classic in hand there for Toph.
Whoa.
Maps come out. 74 health on Scrubby here. Only one bullet left on the Headhunter. And the Mollies now forcing him out.
Uh-oh. Oh, Dink! Wallbang the box, and Jello will do it. And wow, what a close tuck round. Toph almost made it happen there, finding that double spray with a great Viper Molly, but Jello, luckily there, the calm, soothing voice to hold it down, and the Saints are going to walk away and take their 9th.
Yeah, that was dangerous for the Saints. Toph isolating those 1v1s perfectly, winning them even with a weaponry disadvantage.
Yeah.
And then it's going to come down to Jello just playing that time where it's needed and spamming through that box. I think even if Jello does end up getting, you know, killed there, if Toph drops that defuse, I think the time is just out of Toph's hands. So in the end, it is going to go over to the Saints, making that 9-4 now.
If I'm Shrug, I like the idea of the Chamber to get that early peak, but man, when you've been not having the success you have been, that is a very, very risky play. But gonna walk away, is gonna get the wallbang headshot on Jello, drop the spike as well, and taking out that KO. Huge M's, massive boombot right in Smoothie's face, gonna find the spray to follow there. Shots do come through, couple trades gonna go up for each side now. 3v3 Scrubby, should get the plant. Toph is low on HP as well. KO is tagged down as well. Caillou, great job to hold serve. They're gonna look for the second. And he will find his second. Scrubby gonna compliment him with the third, and just like that, Saints on to double digits.
At 10-4 now for the Saints. Caillou just absolutely spraying down 3 members of Waterloo, stuck in 4 tappings well there. And that's where the Spectre is going to come in with its value. Waterloo also stuck on half armor buys here. for this rifle round. Two players with half armor. Guardian gonna come out for 4 tapping, 3K in the bank.
Yeah.
And Scrubby gonna pop that tour de force.
Probably a good idea. I wouldn't want to go full rifle. The Guardian is that nice tweener weapon, right? It's like, I think it's 2200. You get that long range. You have the 1 tap value. Shooting those, I think I got a buff a few months ago where like the first 2-3 shots are way more accurate than they used to be. Then it starts to tail off a lot more. So very, very viable weapon, especially on that Astra. You're probably just playing these long angles, holding the sight. St. Clair did invest a tour de force though, so they're going to look for these picks. They're going to try to get that advantage. And we've seen either of these teams, when they get that small advantage, they go off and are running with it.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. A lot of these rounds has been who finds the initial picks. And on Pearl, it just happened to be the Saints more often than not.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been the chamber getting nullified almost. They're basically taking off the chamber from playing B long on this Pearl side. And Ems, 5 HP at a dream, is going to walk away with his life, but he's going to look to think twice after peeking again this round.
Yeah, Light getting lit up though. Scrubby whiffs the first shot, but Jello luckily there to save it. Now they've got the spike plant on site, not in the spot they usually choose as the molly came out there and Smoothies
Stop the plant.
absolutely dropping Jello before that spike can be planted. Now, Scrubby tapping the bomb, passing it over to Ems. Give it to Ems, 5 health on the planter. At least Ems can get some value in this round by planting that bomb. And Scrubby gets to reposition. Caillou and 4 tapping, finding the kills where it's needed. The tour de force good for 1 as well. And once again, we see Toph in this position, but Scrubby knows it.
Just a lone Viper main playing backside. Actually going to shut down Scrubby on that tour de force. So we've seen Toph do some work in the 3v1 last round because he have more magic in him. All order though. You know what? He's going to save. I'm calling it right now. Exit for exit save because 3v1 playing against the Fade and an Astra, not exactly the most fun thing to do. So the Saints, they're going to get this plant, let it explode, they're going to walk away, and everyone's going to save their guns.
Yeah, guns are going to be saved. Top saving that
M's
one.
Surviving too.
Yeah, the fact that M survives there is big for the Saints. You get to keep another rifle in your hand, and yeah, you're just not dropping that kill to you, Waterloo, especially after they do 145 to him. Right at the starting of the round, too. He still came in, got the plant value, and then wasn't even traded out by the end.
Yeah, and that's, I say, in a game like this, where not that this game is necessarily close, but $2,900 is a lot of money to be thrown around, especially in these rounds where you can kind of swing the game one way or the other. So the Saints, once again, on a full buy. Waterloo, going to be digging for coins in the couch right now. They're going to try to find something, put together a buy, but it won't be a full one. In the Saints, they're going to look to push this one to 12 and ultimately put themselves on game point.
Yeah,
Things go their way.
And Waterloo can't really force that right now. They gotta try and make this 11-5 for themselves because you put yourself up against match point, and it's just, you have to win, what, 6, 8 straight to even tie it up there. Yeah. So they really have to just force by that one, try to fight it out. But now one player down. Gonna be hard to do this.
Yeah, and having Astra dead does not make things easy. They do have the Viper Pit. I don't think they would invest it, especially down a man. But not having Astra alive pretty much shuts down all your defenses, so to speak. I mean, Viper and KO, you can get a lot done. 4 tapping, great angle. Is going to get the info, get a swing, finds a running tap. Going to find 2 for his trouble there. And now that's all the Saints needed. They're going to open up this site. They're going to push on to Shrug here. And I suspect they will take their 12th, but, you know, could be wrong.
Yeah, health values are going to be low on 4 tapping and Caillou, but when 4 tapping comes in and absolutely violates your 2 defenders and gets the plant down, what can you do? 10 health left on Caillou. It's Shrug to make the play here. This is the redemption arc for Shrug in this game. Keeping the team off of match point, but it's Scrubby who comes in, finds the kill in the end, and bring Saints to game point here.
I'll tell you what, if it wasn't 12-4, that round would have horrified me if I was St. Clair to almost drop another 3v1 there. Very, very close to the cuff there. They are going to get the shutdown. Now, Light, it should be a full buy. I think Shrug will have the tour de force, so we're going to see a pretty heavy investment. I would suspect to see that Viper Spit get called as well, probably earlier than later, because the Saints right now, they're going to go for this shove, and when they have that numbers game, as we said, they're going to go for blood.
I mean, at this point, if you're Waterloo, you got to be buying out every round. You got to be giving yourself really every single chance you can, because you can't have one round where you don't have the best chance possible of winning. So this is really the dilemma that you've kind of put yourself into, and yeah, they've got to try and really grind the rest of this game out because that is all that's left for them here.
Yeah, Waterloo is playing the long game. The only problem with playing the long game and playing that long eco is that you don't have any time to throw around a way to say, yo, let's save these ultimates, try to group up and do this. You pretty much have to click the big red button over and over and over and beat your head into that wall. And hopefully, Waterloo, they're going to have to take, let's go the comeback story theoretically. They're going to have to take this round and the next round, cripple Saints eco, force them onto the eco the next couple rounds, and try to flip this. But the Saints, they got some money in their pocket. They got the confidence. It's going to be the full buy. We do have the Tour de Force online for Waterloo, and we'll have to see how things shake out.
That's the problem. It's that 7K almost banked up in Scrubby's pocket. Also got M's and 4 tapping with the abilities to buy next round, even if they do lose this one. But right now, game looking to go in St. Clair's direction.
Yeah, and refreshing to see, because I wasn't sure what we'd see from Pearl. I wasn't sure what kind of looks we would get. You know, we've seen it a lot in pro play and other scrims and everything, but interesting to see, especially after the rework, the collegiate, what ideas are kind of getting formulated, what's become popular for tapping. Full battle Astra, almost a questionable push. A lot of members of Waterloo waiting there, but gonna fake the swing, send one of his teammates possibly, and the Saints, they're playing very, very aggressive. They're trying to find this early on.
Avex, Pop Flash gonna come out. Gonna be phased by it though, holding this angle tight. Prowler actually went past Havex. Havex finds 2. He takes down Jello in the null command as well, but the res is going to be back up from Ems after Ems finds a double kill as well.
And the showstopper does come online for Ems as well. Tour de Force is still online, and that Viper Pit sitting in the back pocket. The second they get an inkling of where the Saints are going, you're going to hear something along the lines of "Welcome to my world," and it will be a big green blob of goo on the screen. It'll have to come through because Waterloo, they have to have this one. 28 seconds, the final push is going to come through right now.
Yeah, and now Saints pushing towards this B side, but Toph all the way over at A, having to rotate through spawn here as well, and gonna be meet 4 tapping, possibly holding that flank.
Spike planted.
Again, Toph being on the flank there with the Viper's Pit, it's really not where you want to be when you're in this last round situation. Go to meet 4 tapping, wins this gunfight. It's Toph coming in crazy on that Phantom. Shrug finding one with the Tour de Force, and now the numbers are in Waterloo's advantage. Showstopper coming out, not going to find anyone. Shrug with the Judge coming in, throwback to Haven. Coming in with the Judge, gonna find the kill. Smoothie's finding the last one, and the defuse is gonna go in the direction of you, Waterloo. So now we're running around closer to that theoretical comeback situation that we were just talking about.
Only difference from my scenario, they did not burn the Viper's Pit, and now they have a litany of ultimates to play off of. Luckily, Scrubby, 9K in the bank. They have a lot of money to play with. And quick question, when's the last time you saw Chamber even hold the Judge?
Yeah, honestly.
Even as a pickup off a teammate, when's the last time?
Like, in collegiate? Never, I'd probably say. Well, actually, last round, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough, I suppose. But yeah, that's unorthodox for a Chamber. Has the Tour de Force, goes not switching to the Judge, jumps down to peak hell, finds the kill right away. Shrug has been slowly getting back online this game. Waterloo, a lot of ultimates. Speaking of getting online, gonna put Jello offline to start things off. Cosmic Divide is gonna come through for the Saints, but I'm not sure how much they can really push off the back of this now, because Waterloo, they got that first pick, and killing KO early on is massive.
Yeah, as we've seen, Waterloo not down and out just yet. They push through Havex. You cannot whiff that spray. You need to play perfectly right now, and falling, giving that 1-to-1 back. At least Toph coming in here with the kill for them. They're going to bring this round possibly back in their direction, but Scrubby now getting the plant over towards A.
Oh, he saw him. Oh, and Shrug's going to get the better of Ems. That was a 50-50 fight. Saints, they're going to drop. Smoothies finds the kill. Trades are coming out, and Waterloo refuses to say die.
Yeah, it's Toph coming in with these picks to save the game. Not to mention Shrug coming from pretty much being a blob in the first half, just kind of an extra character there, finding 1 kill for himself on the Chamber, whereas coming into the second half, finding these initial picks and doing exactly what you want that Chamber to do on B side.
And maybe that's the defense side of Chamber, and that's kind of the glorious thing is Chamber on offense, yeah, you get some value out of the weapons, but swinging, wide swinging with the Headhunter, while it does look fun and effective, very tricky to pull off consistently, especially going against these Stingers, these Spectres, these Rifles, and everything in between. So, very good job by him to have a great comeback round second half. And Waterloo, as I said, still looking to keep things alive. Null Command, possible. Viper Pit, still in the pocket, and the Cosmic Divide. The Saints, this could start to get a little bit interesting if they drop one or two more.
Yeah, Prowler gonna come through, not spotting anyone out, not actually gonna spot out Oaf, who's here in the corner, hiding behind the smoke there, not able to spray down Jello, who's grabbing that orb too. Yeah, Jello actually pulled that out.
Can you even see Jello's HP? I was gonna say, you couldn't even see his HP bar a moment ago.
That is crazy. Jello is able to win that with 16 health left. Now with the numbers advantage,
and
Saints.
Viper's dead.
Yeah, Viper's dead. No Viper's Pit available. Keep in mind, though, Cosmic Divide and Null Command, two great ultimates to have in your pocket still.
Yeah, the only thing, the Saints do have the Nightfall to kind of play that counter utility, but as you said, Null Command, Nightfall is going to get invested, and that's actually not a bad call before the Null Command can get through, so you can at least activate it, get some of that info. Light is not going to get tagged up, though. The Saints are going to look to push here. Jello going to find the kill. Havoc is going to be in that Null Command res state, but he's going to get finished out here. Ems can look for this peek here. Going to get tagged up, gets killed. More tapping. Going to find that trade there now into a 3v, essentially 2. Jello gonna find the finish now. 3v2, low HP for the side of Jello. Light gonna get killed, and now 3v1. Plant coming in. The Saints are gonna walk away with the win on Pearl, 13-6, and we are going to bind for the decider.
Map 3, Jobin. Wow, what a series we have so far. Absolute stomp in one direction from game 1. Absolute stomp in the other direction from game 2. Waterloo looked like they were putting something together in that last round, but it's going to be Jello with that Null Command to shut it down.
Yeah, and Tolf's going to be feeling pretty bad about not getting to use that Viper Pit, unfortunately, so Waterloo, great job to come back that second half. Had a really, really good showing. Unfortunately for them, the Saints are going to walk away, and as per usual, we're going to take a very, very quick intermission, get the players ready to go back into bind, and it'll be sudden death on bind to decide the series.
Second on the site before somebody's coming to contest it, and with that, they found themselves a nice 20-point lead here, as the Saints are going to start swarming this hard point, but now the Samsons got full control. The Saints are going to have to respawn and set up another push, not if KMC is just out shooting them. Headshots go a little wide there on Uper. Now KMC forced to reset.
Perfect grenade. Wow, absolute. 2 grenades, actually both of them. I was
rare
going for
and
Wow, absolute. 2 grenades, actually both of them. I was
rare
going for Rare's grenade. Yeah, we watched KMC throw it. Rare also finds the frag kill off screen, and then KMC's frag lands right in after the fact and finds it. So great job by the Saints. Now I was just about to say, this point can be kind of difficult to attack. You can pretty much hide out of sight, but we're going to lob those nades on from downtown. You're going to have no issue, and KMC still just running through people on this site, up to a 5 streak now as well. Rick is going to find one, though. We look to find the second with a pistol. Is going to get it done, and Clair he actually taking the lead off the rest of this hard one in the Academy. They're going to have to make a play here because this game is about to be over one way or the other.
Yeah, they have to push this hard point. I want to say the Samsons take it if they're able to keep this 40 seconds. 100%. 15 points or 16 points now left for the Samsons. Double kill on the grenade from Audi, but one of them happened to be KMC. Rare finding the kill on Uper, but it's Smoke Show to be clearing out this site with a nasty 3K there onto Ridu's ground. So Sway going to be grabbing the bomb here, which is interesting. We were told Sway was going to be that, that kind of entry. SMG Slay was the term they used, so let's see.
It's always interesting to see how things kind of shake out. Sway hopping right in the building, but Smoke only been 2 rounds to search. Smoke Show is definitely going to be your #1 threat, so not that you can find a way to isolate them and try to find the pick, but you know if you're able to take Smoke Show out, there's a fairly high chance you can try to trade out the rest of the round. Try to get that plant. Sway, like we said, running and gunning immediately.
Left now, you're on the defense. You can play this a little slow. You can just hold these angles, wait for that plant. You spot Griff on the plant. Sway gonna find that with 2.
Come in any second now. It's gonna come down just now. Looks like the plant is gonna go through. Now they know. Griff gonna have some info at least, but now KMC time to reposition and try to find this angle and just try to play defense for the last 30 seconds.
KMC did a great job of isolating those gunfights early. Those here, 5 kills up now. Smoke Show still around this lighthouse, not able to be taken down just yet.
Oh, unfortunate.
Getting 1 or 2 seconds on the site before somebody's coming to contest it. And with that, they found themselves a nice 20-point lead here, as the Saints are going to start swarming this hard point, but now the Samsons got full control. Saints are going to have to respawn and set up another push. Not if KMC is just out shooting them. Headshots go a little wide there on Uper. Now KMC forced to reject.
Perfect grenade. Wow, absolute. 2 grenades, actually both of them. I was
rare
rolling for
hit.
Rare's. Wow, absolute. 2 grenades, actually both of them. I was
rare
rolling
hit.
for Rare's grenade. Yeah, we watched KMC throw it. Rare also finds the frag kill off screen, and then KMC's frag lands right in after the fact and finds it. So great job by the Saints. Now I was just about to say, this point can be kind of difficult to attack. You can pretty much hide out of sight, but you're going to lob those nades on from downtown. You're going to have no issue. And KMC still just running through people on this site, up to a 5 streak now as well. Griff is going to find with Logan, look to find the second with the pistol, is going to get it done, and Clair actually taking the lead off the rest of this hard point in the Academy. They're going to have to make a play here because this game is about to be over one way or the other.
Yeah, they have to push this hard point. I want to say the Samsons take it if they're able to keep this 40 seconds. 100%. 15 points or 16 points now left for the Samsons. Double kill on the grenade from Audi, but one of them happened to be KMC. Rare finding the kill on Uper, but it's Smoke Show to be clearing out this site with a nasty 3K there onto the round. So Sway going to be grabbing the bomb here, which is interesting. We were told Sway was going to be that, that kind of entry. SMG Slay was the term they used. So let's see.
It's always interesting to see how things kind of shake out. Sway hopping right in the building, but Smoke only been 2 rounds through search. Smoke Show is definitely going to be your #1 threat, so not that you can find a way to isolate them and try to find the pick, but if you're able to take Smoke Show out, there's a fairly high chance you can try to trade out the rest of the round. Try to get that plant. Sway, like we said, running and gunning immediately.
Left now, you're on the defense. You can play this a little slow. You can just hold these angles, wait for that plant. You spot Griff on the plant. Sway gonna find that with 2.
Come in any second now. It is going to come down just now. Looks like the plant is going to go through. Now they know. Griff gonna have some info at least, but now KMC time to reposition and try to find this angle and just try to play defense for the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, KMC did a great job of isolating those gunfights early. Hills here, 5 kills up now. Smoke Show is still around this lighthouse, not able to be taken down just yet.
Oh, unfortunate.
Getting 1 or 2 seconds on the site before somebody's coming to contest it. And with that, they found themselves a nice 20-point lead here, as the Saints are going to start swarming this hard point, but now the Samsons got full control. Saints are going to have to respawn and set up another push. Not if KMC is just out shooting them. Headshots go a little wide there on Uper. Now KMC forced to reject.
Perfect grenade. Wow, absolute. 2 grenades, actually both of them. I was rolling for Rare's. Wow, absolute. 2 grenades, actually both of them. I was rolling for Rare's grenade. Yeah, we watched KMC throw it. Rare also finds the frag kill off screen, and then KMC's frag lands right in after the fact and finds it. So great job by the Saints. Now I was just about to say, this point can be kind of difficult to attack because you can pretty much hide out of sight, but we're going to lob those nades on from downtown. You're going to have no issue, and KMC still just running through people on this site, up to a 5 streak now as well. Griff is going to find with Logan, look to find the second with the pistol, is going to get it done, and Clair actually taking the lead off the rest of this hard one in the Academy. They're going to have to make a play here because this game is about to be over one way or the other.
Yeah, they have to push this hard point. I want to say the Samsons take it if they're able to keep this 40 seconds. 100%. 15 points or 16 points now left for the Samsons. Double kill on the grenade from Audi, but one of them happened to be KMC. Rare finding the kill on Uper, but it's Smoke Show to be clearing out this site with a nasty 3K there onto the round. So Sway going to be grabbing the bomb here, which is interesting because we were told Sway was going to be that, that kind of entry. SMG Slay was the term they used. So let's see.
It's always interesting to see how things kind of shake out. Sway hopping right in the building, but Smoke has been 2 rounds through search. Smoke Show is definitely going to be your #1 threat, so not that you can find a way to isolate them and try to find the pick, but if you're able to take Smoke Show out, there's a fairly high chance you
reach from Waterloo set up on this site. Scrubby just walks straight in. I think he was spotted out for just a second there, so he's opting to TP out, but he gets a lot of info, and Caillou
getting 3 to 4 1-taps.
That's the thing, just about every angle being held here. Avex not looking though. Caillou's now in behind. Gets one on Havex, the second. Smooties with a kill at the exact same time on trying to get this retake started. Slowly clearing out some of these angles. Cleared out that initial A long there, but now Havex with the wall bang, 4 tapping. leaving the Saints one player down. Wow. Look at those flames coming through. Smoothie's light and Top just absolutely clearing him his sight. Scrubby, you can't clear him out if you can't see him.
Poor guy did not know what hit him there. Got a bet.
First pick now. Bomb is going to be planted. Caillou with the Eagle in the smoke. Not able to find Top on the spam. Top with a headshot onto Caillou. Now it's 3v3. 8 ults come out. Scrubby also found that on
Collateral! Cypher Trip does get popped, so Waterloo, they're going to have the info, but do they have the time to stop the plant? Avex on them money flank, though, going to find two. Showstopper as well, back to the corner from way downtown. Havex going to find this
long rotate from Light. Set up to find whoever. Going to try an entry in on that site, and there it is. Set up to find Caillou coming out of short. The kill is going to come through with 4 tapping.
30 seconds
Using that flash and that smoke to get into sight. Scrubby. 4 bullets left on the quarter force now.
Perfect paranoia. And yeah, they're just trying to find any value right now. Little flick by Shrug. 4 tapping. Gonna knock down 2. Very winnable. He does find the 3rd. Gets shut down for the 4th. Top 1
for M's. Has 3 players from Waterloo. They're actually coming back towards this garden area. Might be thinking about fighting it. Oh, that should reveal 2 at least. Is going to grab those 2 that were sitting outside a garden. It's a lot of info for the Saints to have. Top finding a kill otherwise on the map. And here it is. Waterloo converting the round into an advantage for them. But Caillou with that classic absolute
Ben's Haven, there's definitely a lot more places to play with it. You go sewers, behind the box between that A rotation. Maybe even play close up on deep garage somewhere if you're really feeling spicy, but it's going to be a mixed buy, and it looks like it'll be not even an armor investment from Waterloo. They realize how big their lead is. They're just going to save as much money so they get a really good buy.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really have to force anything here. You've got so many rounds to work with before you even have to be concerned about being at a deficit here. 2 from M's and the opening 1 from
X. Oh my goodness, gets it done, walking across right into that back corner in Waterloo. They have the opening they were looking for.
Yeah, Avex using all that raised utility necessary to clear out that site and find a nice little flank for themselves as they keep that smoke. Scrubby, that operator finally going to find the kill that it needs, but you're playing players down now when you should have had all the advantage in the world. The Stinger, there it is, coming in.
Ace give ace, but the Saints right now are probably just looking to win this round. Smoothie's going to give himself away, though. Maybe Jello can find the ace. 5th for the round. Ace for Jello. 2-2 for Saints. Caillou once again. Spray transfer finds 2. Nightfall is going to come through as well, so Waterloo going to invest a lot here. They are going to find the kill. And we are back for map 3 bind. Going to be the decider. Waterloo versus St. Clair Varsity. Once again, as we said, this will be the sudden death map. The Saints took Pearl, I believe, 13-5, and they dropped Haven 13-5 to Waterloo. So something going to have to give here.
Yeah, one thing to keep in mind, Saints, not having the greatest track record on bind so far this season.
That's a way to put it.
Yeah, that's a way to put it. We saw a very, very, absolutely devastating game for them against Fisher College on bind. And then when it came to UTM, we did see, I don't remember if the Saints won it, but I remember it was like 14-12, 14-11.
I think they lost bind,
yeah, it was
if I'm not mistaken.
It was a high-scoring game, but I think they did lose the bind there as well. So yeah, no wins on bind for the Saints just yet. So this is going to be their redemption match here up against Waterloo. As we get in here, I believe we just saw, it is M's on the Raze again. Havex back on the Raze from that Haven. So
Raze on bind.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I mean,
you gotta. It's a must pick.
See the Fade, the Chamber, the Brimstone finally going to get busted out. So looks like we're going to see actually a pretty large variation in agents here. We're going to see the Sova coming through for the side of Waterloo. Going to see the Skies on either side. Going to see the Chamber for Scrubby. No Chamber for the side of Waterloo as well. So and Waterloo is going to be starting defense side as well. So definitely an interesting choice, but I'm sure they've got something cooked up.
Yeah. Minutes to go until this initial pistol round, and we do see Skies coming out from both teams. Sky is something that I've seen the Saints run a lot on the bind, but not every other team they faced opts to run the Sky, but seems like it's still a pretty popular pick on the map.
Yeah, it definitely is, and there's actually going to be no fade for the side of Waterloo, so the Saints may be going for, I don't want to call it meta picks, because you can feasibly run almost any combination in the game and make it work, but pistol trades early on, both these teams getting down and dirty to start the game off.
Yeah, Caillou getting onto site here. Going to be pushing into CT. Actually, should be able to clear out this elbow and actually get a flank onto Light, especially if Light does not turn around in the next few seconds. And there's the headshot coming through with the Frenzy. Grabs the Ghost for himself as well. Oh, no, opts back. Just goes back to the
dump
Frenzy.
the ammo out of it, leave it empty for the next guy to walk up over it.
Ow. All three Saints playing around this elbow area. Giving full sight control now. Jello gives her to sight side of elbow. Shrug, though, getting that duel, and it's 4-tapping with the kill at the end, trading back onto Shrug and finding the pistol round. 14 health left on Caillou there at the end of the round.
Yeah, and Caillou gonna walk away with the 3K there. Jello, couple of assists there for the Sky. So the Saints probably gonna see some Spectre, some either half or full armor, because as we know, the round 2 full send, very much real now in Valorant. People used to kind of shy away from it, be a little bit afraid to kind of buy that, invest that heavily before the bonus round, but now we see every team, if they like what they see, they're going to bust out the Spectres and the armor. We are going to see a shorty from Havoc, so maybe a blast pack shorty, maybe he'll play a short corner. A lot of ideas, and we'll have to see how it plays out.
Yep. Where are you? I going to be popped immediately here, and I don't think it spotted anyone out, as those shorties were able to break it pretty quickly, but there is the Fade utility. Gonna be stacked up on top of the paint shell to be able to take down that Sky there. And wow, I don't even know what to say. M's absolutely ripping through the rest of Waterloo with that Spectre, finding the 3K and taking that second round in quick fashion.
Yeah, Saints pretty much, you know, took Waterloo to the cleaners there over in Showers, completely rinsed them out of there, and just like that, they will take the second round. And now, Light probably gonna invest some sort of rifle and half armor here, I would assume. Yeah, gonna put that in. Saints gonna keep the buy that they had. No reason to really overly invest on this round. Just keep the guns you have. You didn't really lose anything of value extremely last round, so keep scrubby on that Sheriff and that Headhunter and let the rest speak for itself. M's gonna double blast back in his Shower, so the Saints, Showers control seems to be the name of the game, at least for the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, Toph using that slow orb to, you know, slow it down there, not let the Saints get exactly what they want here, but they break through the wall in the end, just start spamming the smoke. Toph with a headshot onto Caillou out of the smoke. He's able to retreat back to site, grab a second, grab a third. 4-tapping, just barely makes it out of there with the bomb.
Yeah, Sage is on that 3K as well, so possibly looking to maybe find a 4th or a 5th. Brimstone going to be very, very tagged down to the side of the Saints. Now Smoothies, send that dark cover through mid, try to slow this push of the Saints. Maybe, I think he's got some info. I think they're onto him here. They are going to send the heal out. Shot comes through. He's going to find his 4th. Off looking for the ace, but Shrug is going to take up the 5th. And as the Saints get a flawless, Waterloo bounces back and basically takes it in the same fashion.
Yeah, and now this is going to be the round to watch out for. Fairly even buys coming out. Havex, Judge on Raze.
Not a dollar to his name, but he's got a Judge.
I mean, we saw how well some of these early Judge picks worked out for Waterloo. They seem to be like the kings of the unexpected Judge right now. I mean, because truthfully, who's expecting it?
I mean, I wouldn't be, and especially the thing with the Raze is that it's tough to jump through Showers. The Saints are going to go for Showers control and find value with that shotgun. M's going to get first blood there on Spoody, so got to take out that Omen, and that's going to be huge. Now, Waterloo has no way to block off these sites, like with any smoke, anything. They're kind of just forcing on winning these gunfights, and pop flashing for these engagements, and ultimately, Havoc's playing U-Haul with the Judge.
Judge in U-Haul. Has to be rotating out of this, but Saints are ready to push it. There's 1 from Toph and 2 from Havex. The Judge, there it is. I told you they wouldn't be expecting it.
U-Haul shotgun, it's so drawn out, and it still works. It's so cringe to watch. There it is, Light and Havex, 2-man game, gonna get it done, and I will never understand why. It's okay to send 3 people into U-Haul to go for the trade. If somebody has a Judge, good luck trading it. We've seen that a million times before, and it rears its ugly head yet again, and that's going to shut down the eco of St. Clair, at least for the time being.
Yeah, once again, the Judge being the bearer of bad news here for the Saints.
Life sentence.
Yeah, really. The Judge just handed them a life sentence here, as now it's 2-2 with Eco heavily in Waterloo's favor right now.
I just laugh when I watch. I can't even keep a straight face. It's
Yeah.
obviously it's a fantastic play by Havoc. It was a great read. Had to land every single shot. So great job to get the transfer. But man, I can't help but crack a somewhat awkward, slightly frustrated smile whenever I see a play like that.
Yeah, I mean, and you said it yourself. Like, you know, cringe is a strong word, but I think it applies there. It is what it is. Obviously, it's a great strategy and it's going to work out, but it just sucks to see, especially when you see those full buys coming out. But yeah, the judge gonna rear its ugly head in that last round. 1-for-1 trades coming out at the starting of here, but it's actually Jello on the Sky who's gonna be taking a lot of damage. Around 40 health left here and not able to heal that back up when you're playing Sky.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can heal others, but the thing with Sky, and honestly, thank goodness she cannot heal herself, because otherwise that kit would be slightly overtuned, to say the least. But the Saints, they're going to opt for this B long push. They're going to maybe try to send a couple through Hookah as well, get that split push going. They do have the, as they don't have the Omen, they have the Fade, they have the Brimstone, so they can smoke in. They can feasibly send some utility here, make something happen. Smoothies playing on this backside, gonna get that Paranoid ready for Hookah. Haunt is gonna come through, try to get some value here. The Saints are gonna push onto this dark cover, and they're gonna try to make a play.
Here comes the execute, 4 tapping with 1 on the Sheriff, Light on the trade. Light just spamming through this smoke, finding some damage for themselves. Jello sitting in Hookah with this Marshall. Could make something happen here. Caillou gonna get spotted out by that drone, or not tagged at least. Take it down, 3 bullets left. The reload is gonna come out. Shrug finds the kill onto Jello. Marshall not gonna bring any value to this post plant.
Yeah, I mean, listen, God bless the Marshall, but as you said, post plant, unless you're playing some kind of long angle or you hit a nasty no scope, it's gonna be hard to find that value you're looking for. Light gonna swing, and Caillou with a perfect read, and Ems, he pops the showstopper thinking Caillou wasn't gonna have it. So thrifty for the Saints, all well and good, but that showstopper being down, that's gonna sting just a little bit on top of a really, really good round.
Yeah, really good from Caillou there to be able to find those 2 kills, but Ems jumping the gun
Twice.
Just a tiny bit.
Twice now.
Twice now.
Our last game.
Yeah,
remember?
actually, that's true. On that 1 post plant, yeah, that they're on Pearl. Still, lead gonna be in the Saints' favor. Ultimates also in their favor right now. They've got good ultimates to be able to take sites.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The Sky, having the Seekers, Nightfall, and the Brim, the Orbital Strike, you have a lot of value. You have Area of Effect. You have the individual tags to try to get the value. Hunter's Fury is going to come through, going to shoot up the wall. Hoff going to run up and kill 4 tapping. Hunter's Fury maybe going to find a tag. I don't think it's going to get any super good value, but the Saints, ultimately, one of the members did fall. And hey, knocking out that Brimstone nice and early has got to feel good for Waterloo.
Yeah, not to mention the tag on Caillou. Since Caillou's not going to be able to take a lot of these gunfights that we've seen they really like to take. A lot of the losable gunfights, in my opinion, where Caillou just out-aims and out-sprays and is able to find some. But now, Caillou back at 100 health. Shrug taking down 1. Havex onto Caillou. Scrubby and Ems taking him down, but not after 2 players fall themselves. Ems with the 2nd in the round. 64 health to his name. Paint Shell goes in. Double Paranoia, but the kills can't come out, and it's the Paint Shell that's going to find the 3rd for Ems. Smoothie's going to fall to that as it's 4-2 for Saints.
Not often we see 8 dead bodies all displaced amongst B long, but here we are, and there we have seen it. So every single member taking hella fights into that long B, but ultimately going to trade it out. Saints are going to be on the positive end there, not needing to burn any ultis. Tour de Force now going to come online. They do have the Hunter, or not Hunter's Fury, Orbital Strike, Seekers, and Nightfall still in the back pocket if they decide to use it. So the Saints, they're going to look to try to either stagger these ults to snowball a couple rounds, or all in to at least take 1 round to try to cripple that eco and then make a play off of that.
Yeah, I think that's really their 2 options that they've got. Ball now being bursted down towards long. Ems tossing the Paint Shell in the teleporter just in case anyone's trying to come across. But now that Paint Shell is down until Ems finds 2 kills. Grubby holding this long with the Tour de Force. No Orb's going to come out.
Right here.
Off is looking to fight this.
Yeah, M's gonna shove up in this dark cover in front of Hookah. Orbital Strike is gonna come through. Great Orbital Strike, gonna catch 2 lacking Scrubby. Gets the Tour de Force on top, trying to exit out of there. And great job by the Saints to combo this Utopia Shrug. 2 kills off the back of the Seekers for the Saints. Lot invested. He's gonna find 3. Finally gets traded, but Not before it becomes a 2v2, and the Saints actually didn't get plant. They're going to rotate to the showers, going to hit that TP, so now it's going to be a race over to the A site. But Waterloo, you're feeling very, very good coming out of that, what looked like awful exchange.
Yeah, rotates now have to come out, but why are you throwing Shrug on the chamber on Pearl when he's just a god of the initiators, apparently? Like, Showstopper now popped. Need a little bit of time there left. He just has to shoot it out on Hookah. There's the ultimate coming out from Caillou. Two spotted out. Omen gonna push this one. Headshot comes out. Now it's Havex on the flank. Caillou winning that one.
That would have been disastrous for the Saints. Although they would have had still a lead to burn the Nightfall, the Orbital Strikes, and the Seekers, and to almost not walk away with the round. You would have been sitting there scratching your head, and now the judge going to find its way over into Shrug's hands. So every single member of both teams trying to find some way to get involved with this weapon here. And Saints going to have a pretty healthy buy here. Going to be a full buy coming through, but so far put together some of these good rounds, and now the Seekers and the Res going to be online for Waterloo. So we'll have to see how things shake out here.
So in more positive notes for the Saints, they have found a lead on Bind.
They have.
And they do have the eco lead as well. Ultimates available for Waterloo, but in terms of guns, they got nothing. We got Shrug here playing with that judge. Grubby finds an easy first one onto Havex with no gun in Havex's hand, where it's found. Spectre there from Light at top mid there holding Hookah, and Shrug has slowly creeped up. Prowler doesn't find him.
Oh no. I just fast forward 10 seconds from now and there's a triple kill because he wasn't cleared. We'll see. Or tapping is walking up mid. I'm almost certain Shrug will find a kill here if this doesn't get cleared one more time. But the Saints are maybe going to play this rotate. They got a pretty big split push going on. They are going to send one through mid, it looks like. TP did come through. Shrug still sitting in this middle with the judge. Trying to wait showers. This is going to come through. M's going to find the pick there. Shrug once again. Short corner judge. Going to find two and not going to find the third, luckily. Jello going to get the shutdown. So massive kill to keep mid control there.
Yeah, that was just looming on the horizon after that Prowler passed him, and the plant is able to come down from Jello. Caillou saving Jello's life there as Hoff tries to rotate in through CT, but he's going to get shut down. Light here, Vandal now in hand. You're in a 1v3. Caillou aim just absolutely on point today. Going to be tapping down Light there in default and taking the round for themselves. Now a 4-round lead for the Saints, but Waterloo, they've got to buy in this round to try and come back.
And you know what's funny? I was just about to say I would not be surprised if Waterloo decides to call a timeout if they lose 1 or 2 more rounds, but they beat me to the punch. They're going to call that timeout being down. I believe it is 6-2 right now, so obviously things are not going their way to start off, and especially on a map like Bind where it can be kind of tough to get these rounds back, they're going to go to the drawing board, go to the whiteboard, try to get something together, because the Saints right now are just finding ways to get it done.
Yeah, and when a lot of your kills are coming from fringe judge plays or, somebody looking the wrong way from the Saints, it really is hard to try and, formulate a strategy here, because what do you pick out that's going wrong?
I know, that's
the issue.
That is a tricky part. When 2 of your rounds have been won off of a 4K with the judge and almost another 3K, it's like, it's great, and yes, it does work more consistently than it should, by the way. You're ultimately going to need to go back to their game plan from map 1, layering that utility, finding ways to split push off of it, create those odd off angles, and find ways to get in there, get your hands dirty, find those kills, and right now the Saints just doing a little bit better job.
We're going to get back in after that timeout, so Waterloo had a minute to kind of think about it there and really take this next round into account, because they've got to have a solid strategy.
Look at Waterloo's money. I'm sorry to cut you off. Look at that. I think the $2,500 just about between all 5 members. So they are definitely living paycheck to paycheck right now. And the Saints looking to find some way to exploit this and find a way to shut this one down.
Yeah, I feel that, Waterloo. Paycheck to paycheck.
I feel it. Yeah. Listen, we relate.
But not spotting out Scrubby down mid, as he's able to hide in this corner. It actually didn't spot him on the bounces back either. Off, still holding the showers. Utility being expended. There's that combo actually down now. That's great for Toph to see, as he has that intel that all of that utility is now gone from the side of the Saints.
Yeah, you can see Waterloo, they wanted to shove showers earlier and try to find these early picks, find those trades, but very good job to stay patient, not get too aggressive, not get too greedy, and try to search those kills out. So very good job by them to just sit back, let that utility fly out, let it go on cooldown, let it go, you know, out of the wayside. Waterloo, they do have a couple of ultimates to play with as well, so this is definitely a round they're going to look to have, especially as we said. They're broke as a joke right now, so they're going to try to find this one. St. Clair, though, 35 seconds left, and we have barely seen a gunshot.
Yeah, this is playing out more like a Counter-Strike round than a Valorant round. Very, very slow off the rip, but here it comes. Utility now being popped. The execute is going to come out. Ems just barely living off the paranoia, and Toph is there to clean him out. 3 kills coming out total from the Saints, but you only got 12 seconds left to plant the spike.
10 seconds
Caillou,
left.
the plant is coming down, but it's forced to be stopped.
One enemy
And
remaining.
the plant is stopped, and the time is gone. Waterloo, they're going to be able to take this round unless, yeah, Scrubby last second can't find that kill, and there it is. Time being played perfectly, shut down the planter by Waterloo, and there is going to be, you know, closing that gap just a little bit more, and it looks like the timeout. They changed their strategy up, and the slow play is working for them.
Credit the timeout. We're going to see Shrug on the judge again. Credit the timeout, but if you're the Saints, honestly, you have to at least get that plant down. There's not really a good excuse for it. You had numbers advantage. Yes, they did focus the planter, but you have to find those picks. With the eco of Waterloo being what it was, you really had to try to find that one. It would have made your life so much easier. But now, Waterloo going to get back on the horse a little bit here. Going to try to find back-to-back rounds. But St. Clair now just trying to get the get back from there.
Yeah, wall expended initially to find that ult orb down long, as well as one of those slow orbs. So off. No utility left. Now no utility left from Toph other than that resurrect that's available. The spray down with the Spectre going to be good. And the Hunter's Fury not going to be able to find any tags, but Jello sitting here at 10 health. Not a good look for the Saints right now in this round.
I would say and they have a member trapped in TP as well. They're all facing. What an amazing grenade coming through for the side of Waterloo. Going to take down Caillou to 60. Robbie, you playing off this dark cover? I believe one is still in the teleporter to the right. He actually is going to TP out of there. So Omen going to get to safety. Now they can just play 4 back on site. Toph sitting here with the Spectre, playing the short corner. Caillou gonna walk up B long here, but I'll tell you what.
One enemy
it's not
remaining.
looking good. Toph is gonna find the kill on Scrubby, and now all on one. Caillou, 60 HP and a dream.
Yeah. No
30 seconds
1v5
left.
situation. What do you do here? You just try and take some
Take
guns
weapons,
out of the side of their hands. They've picked up a lot of rifles now. There it is. Tap's not going to be good, and Smoothie's just going to spray down Caillou to end the round there. A flawless coming through for University of Waterloo. And looks like that timeout did wonders for them.
Speaking of wonders, the Saints gonna bust into the playbook, you know, bust open the books, call a timeout of their own now. They realize, hey, Waterloo took a couple rounds. We kind of threw that eco lead that we had. Waterloo starting to feel themselves, especially after a flawless. I don't hate the idea because, I mean, it can't really get much worse from a flawless, especially after that round before where you probably should have at least got the plant down. Then you can maybe play a much more even 1v1 instead of Light being able to just dip off of sight and actually still find the kill on Scrubby. So I think it's a good call. They got to retool, but Waterloo, they're starting to make a push now.
Yeah, and I don't think Saints are having a problem, you know, getting onto site. Obviously, last round was a different
Just
story,
it took
but
too long. Yeah, that
yeah,
round,
you're
the flawless.
you're taking too long on some of those rounds, and then when your planter gets shut down, the time is just not on your side. So Coach Hybrid gonna be taking a time out here, you know, talking it through with the team, maybe making some adjustments on some of these executes that are coming out. And with only 2 rounds left in the half, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, this could 8-4 and 6-6 are very, very, very different scenarios on that. So going to the second half of the game. So the Saints looking to push this to at least a 7-5 or an 8-4, and Waterloo would love to walk away with a 6-6, considering how one-sided this game started.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as you said, yeah, 8-4 and 6-6 are very, very different scores. And going into a defensive half on Haven 6-6, you can feel pretty good about yourself. Ems creeping up here with the Bulldog. Not crazy good weaponry in the hands of St. Clair College. Everything sprayed down there in Hookah. Dock darts coming down long, not going to land.
Right here.
Only been Scrubby to take a tiny bit of damage this round. Tank up. About one shot. There it is. 4 tapping with 2. Shrug with the trade back onto Caillou. Avex finds the kill in Hookah as well. Here it comes. The blast pack to save his life there. So the orbital strike's going to come down, but both players make it out alive. Scrubby and 4 tapping now on the site. Paranoia comes out, but there it is. 4 kills from 4 tapping, and Scrubby to finish it off. And that is 7-4 for the attackers. They want to finish this half strong.
That's exactly what the Saints were looking for, trying to get back in the saddle there, get that round, get this momentum going again. And now we're going to see a few ultimates from both sides. Maybe we'll see a mid-air raise showstopper duel. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm getting my hopes up too high, but they're going to have the Nightfall and the Seekers in the back pocket. They're going to have the Res, the TP, and the showstopper, as I mentioned, for the side of Waterloo. So this is going to be pretty much an anything goes kind of round, and we're going to see going to be a full buy as much as possible from both teams, obviously. Still got some weapons to purchase here. Armor not going to be able to be quite afforded. And Jello actually going to be on a Spectre full armor, so he's probably going to rely on those Seekers, get in the face of Waterloo, and try to make the play. But both teams, a lot of utility. There's been a lot of B-Long exchange this game. It feels like I've been only watching B-Long. Ooh, M.
Yeah, I feel like the start of every single round, Saints completely given up that showers control that they would always go to initially, and now they're just sending it down B-Long, and there it is. The trail's going to come out, but it's 3 kills in a fraction of a second there for Waterloo, as everyone in long going to be absolutely mowed down, and it's just Jello left on site, just looking lost in the end. And it's going to end up 7-5 half. So not the 6-6 we thought, not the 8-4 that the Saints were probably hoping for. But 7-5 nonetheless is a 2-round lead, so you take those.
I would have maybe liked a touch more patience out of the Saints. They already had a man fall. It's great that you pop the Seekers, and I know people love to follow right behind the Seekers because you either shoot the Seeker or you get stunned up and eventually die, but pushing that quickly, you can still get one-tapped, and then there's still time to disengage on those Seekers as well, and Waterloo pretty much nullifying that in its entirety on that push there. And now the Saints, once again, are we going to see a B-Long push from the side of Waterloo? I'm not exactly sure. I wonder what kind of like wrinkle, what kind of adaptation they're going to have in mind, but now, as you said, second half, 7-5 Saints lead. It all comes down to this half.
It's looking like defaults to start here for Waterloo. We see some utility get expended. Showers there on the minimap from Saints, but was 2 players to start out long for Waterloo, but now they're sending that second player in Toph up mid here. Not going to opt for the hookah control, though. Very slow here.
You could hear a pin drop.
Yeah, I know. Until one of these teams breaks the silence with a pick. Right now, though, Waterloo rotating over towards that B side. It's where 99.99% of our action has been this game here. Looks like it's going to continue. Avex getting ready, starting to slowly take more space in Haven, moving up towards that box, or in Hookah there. On top of the box now.
Info being exchanged. M's gonna get paint shelled out of the backside there. A couple kills gonna come through for Waterloo. Spike is gonna fall, but instant recovery by Sky there. They are gonna get back on it there. Ems has the paint shell available. Looks like it's gonna be that B plant shrug. Gonna get the plant down. Actually gonna have to get off because Kai's gonna find that pick on Scooby, so not quite yet. Oh, backline. Great job by Scrubby to stay hidden, find that head under shot. Now the Saints have the advantage they might be looking for here. The bomb did get planted though, so gotta play patient. Shrug is gonna find that pick. M's gonna kill him, and now down to a 2v1. Light will fall in Hookah, and the Saints will go on to 8.
And now they find that pistol round, which means they find themselves with an advantage in this next round. I want to see them force this out, make that a 4-round lead, and just take it all the way. You're on defending side now. We'll see the buys.
Yeah, we'll be interested to see what's I suspect it will be more of the normal. Yeah, Spectres in full, and we're maybe going to see either Sheriffs, no light, couple Sheriffs, and maybe some light armor, possibly a Stinger, depending on who's going to buy it. But Waterloo, this is a problem too with the eco, is that you want to kind of commit to these half buys, but being down 8-5 and the end of map 3 here, every single mistake can be punished 5-6 fold. They are going to go 3 Stingers though, so Waterloo, I have a prediction. They're going to run and gun very, very aggressively this round.
All right, and you know, I might have to agree with you on that prediction. It's looking slow for now. First player gonna be spotted out. Here the run and gun starts. Toph with one, but Jello and Caillou to trade two back. Four tapping, not being spotted out in that corner. And there are the kills coming in. 4 kills now for the Saints. 1 player left. Shrug. They heard that orb being grabbed. Showers, so now just gonna come back to who's gonna push him first. Shrug finds one with the stinger before tapping on the trade.
Okay. I don't care if the ADS or hipfire. Finding a stinger headshot through a 0.3 seconds of a flash from TP to Showers is a little bit ridiculous, but honestly, we mentioned it a ton. It just seems to be kind of the wave now for a lot of people. They're foregoing the Spectre to buy that stinger. It's cheaper, and sometimes mysteriously seems to hit harder. So we're going to find that kill there, but not going to be quite enough to take the round. They are going to be on a pretty big buy here as Waterloo. The Saints going to stick to their guns, stick what they got going on right now, but Waterloo, they're going to have to start to try to find these rounds. As I like to say, like, once you hit that double-digit mark, then the pressure really starts to ramp up and you start to realize we don't have many rounds to trade away anymore.
Oh yeah, Avex finding the first pick there onto Ems. Raze v Raze.
He hit him directly with the molly and it didn't pop up. I'm not sure I've ever seen the timing like that. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I guess it probably has to bounce a little bit.
It has to hit the
before
ground
pops,
before it explodes. Yeah, that's funny though. Good to know.
Grubby, wow, you cannot whiff those. TP's out in the end, but really want to be hitting those headhunter shots there on the chamber. Or tapping, able to grab a gun down long. Just gonna be rotation waiting game here for the Saints.
They are down a man right now. Yellow gonna flash out U-Haul, making sure there's no shotguns in the short corners there. Good job though. Toph, great job to hold that back mid angle. Gonna shut down four tapping. Couple headshots, multiple coming through. A slew of headshots. Team Ace coming through for Waterloo. Not gonna drop a single weapon. That was a pretty large round for them.
Yeah, 3-round lead still in Saints' favor, but look at the money here.
What money?
Yeah, what money exactly? You've got just enough to get these rifles in hand. We saw Scrubby kind of, baiting us a little bit with an Omen buy there, but it's fine. It's not like it's just what I want every single time, but
that's what we live for.
Yeah, we live for the Odin buys. Unfortunately, just not that popular of a gun on buy here.
Yeah, and yeah, there's not really a good spot to use it. And I think if you're talking about Scrubby, if I saw a chamber buy an Odin, I'd either be extremely alarmed or I would be like, this guy might be up to something and maybe years ahead in the future. But
no, I just pop off.
Yeah, honestly true. Yeah, that's the only one way to react. But we are going to see hookah control being seeked out here by Havoc's. Going to blast back in case somebody's in that corner. Try to get them to get a little out peek. We go for hookah control here. No one's going to contest from the Saints for the time being, but it is still a rather large split push at the moment.
At Jello, this elbow corner, so they've opted to Saints have opted to not really fight for hookah at all during the defense here.
I got the spike.
More so playing back towards that elbow and Paul's area on site. In fact, nobody really plays on site a lot to contest the site itself. Nobody's in that tube. Nobody playing in the cubby towards that right side there. There it is. Trails are going to be gotten. Wow, Jello. 2 kills immediately. Assists from 4 tapping coming through. Jello rotate back as well. All of his health available. Flash coming through. Last pack from Ems, but it's not going to come out. Just come a little too slow. 4K from Jello and the cleanup from Scrubby. That's the 10th round for the Saints.
Yes, that round was great. I'm curious, once again, did they need to use the orbital strike? I would guess probably not. So hopefully, luckily it was a flawless, so end of the day, you'll take that all day. You're shutting down the eco. You're keeping all your weapons, so you don't necessarily care that you burn the orbital strike, because I think Waterloo did pop the Seekers as well. So you're kind of going 1 for 1, but if you didn't have to pop it, would have been nice to keep it. A Brimstone especially, that is a beautiful ultimate to have for those post-plant scenarios. But ultimately, they will ride home with that flawless. They're going to feel good about it, and now on to double digits.
Yeah, it is. It's one of those things where, yeah, in after the round, post thoughts, you can think, yeah, they probably shouldn't have used that there, but in the end, you're taking a 1-for-1 trade for an ultimate with the flawless. I think the Saints take that every single time.
As long as you win the round, it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Clear.
And the flawless, it adds a little sugar on top. It makes it a little more value there for them. Shrug to be once again down in the showers area. Toph gonna peek through the smoke. Waterloo playing this a lot slower than last few rounds.
And I mean, I think they realize run and gun is great and all, but if you drop 2-3 rounds in a row, A, the guns are going to be gone. You're going to be running for your life. And then B, Saints have just done such a good job controlling, eating through that utility. Now, is that... I swear, that's the first Sova drone I've actually caught the entire time. I'm sure he's been using it, but I feel like we haven't seen him lead in with the drone enough because they've been getting fragged out so early, whether Light's been dying or the setup hasn't been there. They've been not able to get the value they want. Great flash by Jello. Perfect pop flash big with the bird. Finding 2 on the spray. M's going to find one as well. Now Light going to trade M's, but down to a 1v3. Light does have the spike, and they do have the info on Scrubby, but I suspect the flank will be imminent from one of the Saints now.
Yeah, you're on site and spotted out. Light's able to find the one onto Scrubby, but converts it into the 3K for Jello, and now we are 11-6, close to cleaning this game up, cleaning this series up for the Saints, and, you know, breaking that bind curse that they've had recently.
And it could not come at a better time. Now we're going to see Scrubby on the operator, full buy for the Saints. Waterloo could maybe put together a couple rifles, but I don't think they're going to just yet. This will be like the feeler round, and then next round it will be go mode. They're going to have the Res and the Hunter's Fury. Saints are going to have Showstopper and the Seekers, though, so a couple really good ultimates to play off of here. Jello going to get the early pop flash. Recon Dart going to be exchanged as well. Operator, quick scope on 5 HP. Scrubby, massive pick to shut it down. Is going to take out the Sage as well, so going to cripple the healing and take that Res off the board. That is massive.
Yeah, healing comes back up too. Wow.
That was perfect. The healing too, that was textbook.
Yeah, Scrubby now not gonna have armor, but he is gonna find himself at full health. Shrug. What a shot. That's the Deagle shot you put on Twitter.
Yeah, that's when that's the firm handshake you give the
Yeah.
other player. You look him in the eye and you say, good one.
Good one, I mean. Just the absolute tap there. Grubby, second with the op this round.
And then gets healed again.
Yeah, really putting in the value there and just coming back to as much health as he can grab. And 2 ultimates still available here. We got the Seeker and the Showstopper here. M's on this A site, so he should be able to shut anything down very, very quickly.
Now I wouldn't hate one of those ults. Sorry to cut you off as well.
30 seconds
Good.
left.
Now, one player moving into U-Haul, but it's Shrug to be shut down in U-Haul.
Spike planted.
Caillou Plant comes out. Caillou falls to the blast pack. Seekers popped. Jello will just be following his Seekers around here. They do spot out the one player Cubby, and there's the fire in the hole coming out from Avex. Right, now it's up to Scrubby in the 1v2. Operator in hand for the Headhunter, but he's just gonna save him.
That is honestly disaster for the Saints toward the end there. You invest the Seekers in a 2v2, lots of HP, Raze already ticked down to 30. You get the Showstopper burned, and you still don't find the round. Scrubby just gonna go for the save, keep that Operator in the back pocket, and it's not the worst idea to go to a save, but man, when you shut Sage off as early as you did, you get those smokes down. Waterloo gonna walk through with the Thrifty, and as I said for St. Clair, it's not the end of the game, but man, you're kicking yourself after that one.
Yeah, Waterloo grabbing those guns definitely hurts as well, because now they've got the cash in the bank to make a few more rounds work, even after this one here, this 19th round we're getting into. Operator gonna be saved, but double light armor here from the Saints, as well as 4-tapping on the Guardian. So once again, bit of a scuffed buy coming in.
Yeah, that's the only problem with dropping those rounds. It's still a decent buy, all things considered, but it could have been a phenomenal buy, and it could have been match point. And now all of a sudden, you're back into the dregs of it here. You got to deal with another couple rounds. And great job to get first blood. Gonna shut Sage off again. Hunter's Fury finding a lot of value. Gonna get a bunch of tags, and we'll find a kill. So all things said and done, we go 2 for 2 the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, and now we're just about dead even. Granted, that Fade ultimate, a little more utility than the Omen. Then again, Omen utility provides quick rotations, provides that bomb to the opposite side of the map whenever it's needed. Yellow now spotting out Light on C. Just gonna regroup and rearm here from Waterloo.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're gonna commit to a 3-man push, and if I'm them, I'm expecting somebody to be playing offsite on A just because of the threat of the Omen ulti and plant, and at that point, you're racing to rotate and you're willing to take your chance. Gonna send the bomb over to Raze there, so maybe they're gonna try to get this plant in, send Raze to possibly blast pack, get a quick plant. Cello and Caillou gonna be waiting. Nightfall comes through, Pop Flash comes through as well. The Prowler is gonna go through. They are gonna get value. 27 HP though. Very, very low on health there. The Nightfall not gonna find quite what they wanted, but he will get the kill. Now the blast pack coming through. The Saints somehow spin that one on its head. Jello gonna find 3, I think, in a row there, and now the Saints. Lord, it feels good. They're on match point.
Yeah, they are going to be on match point, series point now, 12-7. Waterloo, Chinese Shrug, and Light, who have really been keeping them in the game right now. Toph died early in the past few rounds, hasn't been able to put too much value in for Waterloo recently.
Smoothie's on the struggle bus a little bit too.
Yeah, just a little, but
he's just driving it right now. But say, Waterloo trying their best to stay in this game. Saints are on match point. We got the res and the showstopper. Saints gonna find 3. That's exactly what they were looking for. Paint shell's gonna fly out. They have the showstopper in the back pocket. I think they have spike location as well. They're gonna find the 4th and a flawless to end it. You could not ask for a better ending. Saints are gonna topple Waterloo in a very back and forth 3-1. They have finally broken the bind curse.
Yeah, they broke the bind curse, and after those first 2 kills, you could tell Saints were ready to end this game, end the series. They are going to be taking 2-1 now against the Waterloo Grass Eaters, and that's also a bit of a revenge match for them. As we said, they did lose to Waterloo a couple of weeks ago in that Red Bull qualifier event, so you know, it's got to feel good for the Saints. Got
to feel good. Overall, a good night of streams from both teams. We saw Academy Call of Duty earlier, first time on stream, take a pretty back and forth 2-1 of their own right on, let's say, on Vanguard there. Now we have the varsity Valorant team coming in. Pretty shaky start, and by shaky, I mean did not look good in the slightest on the first map there on Haven, but they regained, play an excellent Pearl, went 13-5, and I think Bind, they close it out 13-7 there. So both teams, through hook or crook, getting in the win column tonight in their respective leagues.
Yeah, and a win for the viewers at home as we got to see Pearl for, I believe, the first time here on stream, which is great to see. It's always good to see some fresh maps get in the rotation there in Valorant, and that's going to be just about it for us tonight. It's getting late here. I'm sure you guys are all ready to go to bed and checking the time there. But yeah, it's been a great night of streams here, starting off at 6 p.m. with COD, finishing it off with another late night, Monday late night Valorant. It's become kind of the trend here tonight, but I'm Josh Fundy Pafundi, joined here once again by Daniel Jobin. It's been a great night of casting. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting us here. Have a great night. Waterloo set up on this site. Scrubby just walked straight in. I think he was spotted out for just a second there, so he's opting to TP out. But he gets a lot of info, and Caillou
getting 3 to 4 1-taps.
That's the thing, just about every angle being held here. Avex not looking though. Caillou's now in behind. Gets one on Havex, the second. Smoothies with a kill at the exact same time on trying to get this retake started. Slowly clearing out some of these angles. Cleared out that initial A-long there, but now Havex with the wallbang taking down 4 tapping, leaving the Saints 1 player down. Oh, wow. Look at those flames coming through. Smoothies, Light, and Toph just absolutely clearing out the site. Scrubby, you can't clear him out if you can't see him.
Poor guy did not know what hit him there. Got a back.
First pick now. Bomb is going to be planted. Caillou with the deagle in the smoke. Not able to find Toph on the spam. Toph with a headshot onto Caillou. Now it's 3v3. The bait ults come out. Scrubby also found that on 4
Collateral! Cypher Trip does get popped, so Waterloo, they're going to have the info, but do they have the time to stop the plant? Havex on the money flank, though, gonna find 2. Showstopper as well, back to the corner from way downtown. Havex gonna find this
long rotate, but Light set up to find whoever gonna try an entry in on that site, and there it is. Set up to find Caillou coming out of short. The kill is gonna come through as 4 tapping.
30 seconds
using that flash and that smoke to get into sight. Scrubby. 4 bullets left on this quarter force now.
Perfect paranoia, and yeah, they're just trying to find any value right now. Little flick by Shrug, 4 tapping, gonna knock down 2, very winnable. He does find the 3rd, gets shut down for the 4th. Toph once.
For M's has 3 players from Waterloo. Looks like they're actually coming back towards this garden area. Might be thinking about fighting it. Oh, that should reveal 2 at least. is going to grab those two that were sitting outside a garden. It's a lot of info for the Saints to have. Top finding a kill otherwise on the map. And here it is, Waterloo converting the round into an advantage for them. But Caillou with that classic absolute
Fence Haven, there's definitely a lot more places to play with it. You go sewers, behind the box between that A rotation. You can maybe even play close up on B garage somewhere if you're really feeling spicy, but it's going to be a mixed buy, and looks like it'll be not even an armor investment from Waterloo. They realize how big their lead is. They're just going to save as much money till they get a really good buy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't really have to force anything here. You've got so many rounds to work with before you even have to be concerned about being at a deficit here. 2 from Ems and the opening one from...
Oh my goodness. Gets it done, walking across site into that back corner, and Waterloo, they have the opening they were looking for.
Yeah, Havex using all that raise utility necessary to clear out that site and find a nice little flank for themselves as they peek out of that smoke. Scrubby, that operator finally going to find the kill that it needs, but you're playing players down now when you should have had all the advantage in the world. The Stinger, there it is, coming in.
Ace give ace, but the Saints right now are probably just looking to win this round. Smoothie's going to give himself away, though. Maybe Jello can find the ace. 5th for the round. Ace for Jello. 2-2 for Saints. Caillou once again. Spray transfer finds 2. Nightfall is going to come through as well, so you Waterloo going to invest a lot here. They are going to find the kill on 4 tapping. Great job to shut down the Astra as well. Key kill. Now the Nightfall for the Saints.